Every now and then, one forgets to check one's microphone. Greetings, humanity, and welcome once again to Channel Other Doc. I'm Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our campaign of Lords of Gossamer and Shadow, a diceless game by Jason Durall about powerful reality-hopping beings and a spiritual successor to the Amber Diceless Roleplaying game. We're going to go ahead and go around and say hi to everyone, find out who we are and who we are playing, starting once again with Noctua. Hello!
Hello, hello. So I am Noctua, she, her. Today I will be playing Dame Laudine, who is also she, her. And Dame Laudine is our knight in shining armor.
Yay! Awesome, awesome. And now we will head over to Mary. Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I go by the Nerd on Wheels online. Today I am playing Atropo, who also uses she, her pronouns. She is our spooky goth witch sad girl. That's totally going to have a great time today and not going to be super sad. Hopefully.
I'm sure everything will be fine. Everything's just fine.
It's fine.
And now we'll head over to Melissa. Hello.
Hi, I am Melissa Gay. I am playing Scythe, the shady but lovable sneaky rogue character with an extensive spy network. I am using she, her pronouns for myself, and Scythe is also using she, her pronouns, though they, them would not hurt.
Cool. And finally over to Trooper. Hello.
Hello. I am TrooperSJP, and I will be playing Merdine Wicht today, who is our botanist and only a botanist, and clearly nothing else going on. And also, I am a huge fan of Olivia Newton-John, as we talked about in the green room before we went live. And there are probably, I'm just going to note, I'm certain that Xanadu is one of the Gossamer worlds. If not, it is now. That's me.
Is that where Elf the Sacred River runs? I can't be sure.
It's actually
very cool.
Down to the Sunless Sea, as a matter of fact.
Excellent. Good.
Well, caverns measureless to man.
Yeah, that's because they never finished the poem. But anyway, this evening I am, of course, playing Dorian, the lackadaisical party-going sorcerer, and that's most of what we need to say about him at the moment. He does not have any hidden depths whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. But before we get into anything else, you may see us use safety tools from time to time, like we do with the other games on this channel. We're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, or hold up a card and make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil. So it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much, then everyone else can respond to that and with an X and N or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. As a content warning, this game may contain references to betrayal, deceit, graphic combat, and violence. It may also have the potential for PvP action depending on the player's choices. If you want to see that, if you're watching live, you can go into the chat and type !LGSCW, and that will show up there in the chat. It'll also be turning up periodically on rotation. And finally, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. And so now, without further ado, I shall hand things over to our GM, Brian. Hello.
Hello, I'm Brian. I use he, him pronouns. And yeah, this is obviously going to be just a really chill time with no sadness or references to anyone's tragic backstories. None of that will happen. Everyone came from really, really happy beginnings. So speaking of really happy beginnings, I think we left off last time with all of you planning to visit Lucian. Is that right? So just showing up together. Okay. So Lucian is not always in residence, but the place that he lives is well known, especially to other world walkers and Gossamer nobles such as yourself. So, and at least one of you has a fairly close relationship with him. That would be Mervine, and we know, and therefore Dame Laudine has also been around him because you guys are together pretty frequently. So, but having said that, any of you could have run into him or had some encounters with him, or otherwise, all of you definitely know of him though, because he is one of the most well-known walkers of the Stair, and in fact, it is generally regarded that he knows more about the Grand Stair than anyone else. So the place that he lives is part of the Grand Stair and is sort of also not part of the Grand Stair. He's basically just taken a section of it and made it his own. And it doesn't have a whole lot of protections around it. Well, it doesn't have a whole lot of protections within it, because the way you get there is walk through the labyrinth, which is another part of the Grand Stair and is literally a labyrinth. It's really difficult to get through. And even those that have been in it or through it multiple times find that the paths do not always correspond to what they used to be. So there are multiple ways that you could get to Lucian. If you let him know you're coming, then he can definitely arrange a quicker path to the place he lives, which is called the Athenaeum, by the way. And it is known, well, those of you that have been there, which is at least Mervine and Laudine, do know, like, the sections of it that you've seen. It is expansive. It is, by all rights, it's its own Gossamer world. It does have multiple libraries and laboratories and various things to house a lot of the stuff that he has either written or collected, or written about what he's collected, and things along those lines. So, Mervine, I feel like you may be leading this, since you're the one that can kind of, yeah, you're the one that's been around it the most, I think. So, how are you approaching this?
Oh, well, I mean, I would set a message in advance, of course, and a note. I know that people do it through icons and all that, but I tend to like to write missives, and have them delivered. I feel like it's, I'm just more used to it, get my words down there on paper. Anyhow, we're sending a message in advance to be delivered, and then, well, we just go, don't we? We go through the door, and then we take a lovely stroll on our way there until we find our way to it. Make sure we've brought presents. It's a lovely, it's lovely to walk the stairs. I mean, being in the worlds themselves is nice. I like that, but walking the staircase itself is a marvel. Staircases. A staircase that it's like an Escher painting. Escher, that is someone that Dorian told me about. One of these sorts of.
He's an interesting fellow, Escher.
Yes, you said that he was good at cards. The people you meet and that you have drinks with, it's astounding. you know so many people. Well, nonetheless, just walking about upstairs that go nowhere, and then you're somewhere else, and then somewhere at some point in time, the grand staircase decides it's okay for you to go where you're wanting to go, and then it lets you be there. I love that. It's like being in a dream.
So since you've let him know you're coming and you've basically arranged a time to meet him, he has set up the yeah, Merthine, you are definitely familiar with the fact that he has arranged things so that the labyrinth is less confusing on its path, but it also is only allowing you to walk one specific path, and that is to the place you have decided, or he has decided to. Oh, did you lose me?
Yeah, for a second.
Just a bit.
Oh, sorry. So, so the place that he has set up is, in fact, a section of the Athenaeum. And in this particular section, it does look like one of those libraries that you would see at perhaps Cambridge or Oxford with the high vaulted ceilings. And it is a place that is in fact surrounded by books, but the table itself is set up with food and beverages, and not there are chairs, but it's not so much set up to be a formal dinner. It is just set up to have some things should you wish to eat them. So I want to go. I want to go around to see if anyone has made any preparations or done anything before you go here. And by the way, I'm not locking you into this. If we get partway into this and you say, this is what I would have done, you've done it. I just mean, like, for right now, if you've thought of anything that you want to do. Yeah.
Merthine didn't. He a little bit of the moment, you know.
Yeah.
He was going to bring a tiger rose, but then he was told that he shouldn't, so then he didn't. So he's just he's been studying the dagger, and he got distracted, and then it was time to go. It'd been like a week or two or something, and so he's like, oh, time to go. So he doesn't dress in it. He doesn't put on a tuxedo or anything like that. He just goes with everyone else. Again, it doesn't look like he looks the same.
It's Merthine. I got it.
I think Laudine would have actually spoken to Merthine just to prepare a little bit about, no tiger roses. But
all right.
what have you found in the past few weeks that you haven't yet showed to Lucien? It would be nice if you had something to present. He would be expecting it of you.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I hadn't even thought about it. And so then you'd probably have to get him you probably have to remind him later, because he probably would have gotten lost wandering about his domain to pick up something, even though he doesn't actually need to, because Herbie would just bring it for him. But he just would have actually and then you'd have to remind him through the icon that he needs to stop wandering around and just actually come back up. And there would have been a little bit of absent-minded professoring going on there a bit. And that he'd be like, yes, so sorry. Oh, you're right. I just need to ask Herbie, and they've got copies of everything. Yes.
Oh yes.
Sorry.
While you're at it, would you mind picking up a few extra tea leaves?
Oh, of course I would. Yes.
Thank you very much. I could see that could potentially be useful in the future. So if you wouldn't mind bringing those along.
Of course. Now, would you like tea leaves from which world? Our home or someone else's?
Oh no, I'm thinking specifically of something herbal and calming, possibly for people who might need a little bit extra warmth.
Oh, what a lovely idea. Oh, I know some lovely herbs. We'll have to go and get some chamomile, I think. And, and again, about ready to wander. And I imagine you have to pull him back a couple of times because he's always ready to go and and he doesn't need to actually go and walk it because he's got all the samples in the book. But he, you know how he is. Oh, by the way, Dame Laudine, are you going to, I mean, well, never mind. Nobody needs to know. And he'll just sort of like start walking off again.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, come back here. What was that?
What? Oh,
It was
No, I
almost
was
a
just-
question.
yes, I guess it was. You know, I've been studying that strange dagger a bit. It'll take quite some time to study it and get to know its name. It certainly has one, by the way. I just don't know what it is. I think it's been obscured in some way. But I've been, you know, Seven Sages is not its actual true name, it's some sort of other name. It'll take me some time to go and study it and figure it out. Oh, I don't think it'll be easy at all. But I was thinking... No. Just your... But... No. I shouldn't tell you. I don't even need to ask. It's not even really important. Never mind, I'm just thinking about your sword. Never mind, not important.
Wait,
just your
what?
sword.
And
What?
Merthine's walking off, and Lottie like chasing him. Wait, what about the sword?
Well, I mean, I don't, it's just that I've never looked to see what its name was.
And she kind of like pulls it out and looks at it. Does it even have a name? I mean,
Oh,
I've always
certainly.
called it Fontes, but that's just because I liked it.
No, I mean, and you know that I think you should probably call it Excalibur, because I feel like it's the real Excalibur, not the fake Excalibur that some people have. I feel like yours is real. Also, I think that you should be the ruler, but that's a whole other thing altogether. I think. Not
There's a
quite.
whole other thing altogether. But
Yes.
do you think my sword has a name? Like a
certainly.
proper name?
Most
Oh.
certainly, of course. A sword like this has to have a name. It's mythic, isn't it? And I never thought to ask. Well, I did think to ask it, but then I thought that I shouldn't. So then I didn't. But also, I didn't ask you if I should. But I didn't. So, there, you know.
Ladine looks very pensive for a moment. Then she says, "You have me curious now. Yeah, I had never really considered the possibility of a proper name for the sword, but
Yeah.
now I kind of want to know.
But
Perhaps
do you want to know? That's the
I-
question.
if it has a name, the name itself would mean very little to me because I can't do anything with it. But just if it has a name,
Well, actually, it would mean quite a lot to know its name. Names are some of the most important things in the entire, well, all the worlds. Knowing someone's true name is, well, it's quite a lot, actually. And if you knew that sword's name, well, who knows? But what if you don't like what the name is, or what it means, or what if you? I don't know. What if knowing the name would change everything?
Ladine looks confused, and she just kind of sighs. I'll have to admit, for someone like me, there's only so far I can go. It's a sword, and I know it's a sword, and it's a variety of other weapons besides. I can do all of that. But true
Yes.
names, magic, talking to it, if it's even possible, those are things I cannot do. And
Unless you know its true name, my dear. You see, Dame Laudine, knowing its true name gives you a lot more capabilities, I'd say. And, well, what if you get to know its history, you get to know some things about it, including, I mean, what if it says something about you once you know its true name?
it is something we should pursue. I would love to know more about the sword's
say
history,
so.
where it came from, if it has a purpose beyond just being a very big sword. But I have to admit, I'm a little nervous to find out. I've had the sword for so long, and to realize only now that it might actually be able to say something back, well, makes me feel rather
Also-
foolish.
Well, no. I mean, I've been avoiding the looking for some time. But also, considering that strange amulet has that strange gemstone, the same thing that's on your sword, or seems to be the same, that's what they seem to say. That seems, I mean, perhaps significant. That's why I thought about it. But I wouldn't want to go looking and asking if you didn't want to know.
It is better to know than to. If I don't even try, then I will always regret not trying. Even if I don't like the answer, it is better to have asked the question.
All right. Now, what if it says that you are the prophesied ruler of all of Avalon?
Then your fondest wish will come true, and I shall have to admit it, because as we all know, if the magic sword says so.
All right then.
I sense Merdine is trying to learn ventriloquism now. Just to.
I will put my mind to it once we find out about this. If I get more information about this strange dagger of the sages. I just didn't want to look into it without asking you.
Thank you for asking. It means a lot.
All right. Tea. Just like wanders off, even though you could just ask Kirby. But yeah.
And then one little vignette is I'm assuming that they're in Merdine's domain while this is happening.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
And Laudine's just like looking around and like at all the flowers and at the sequoia walking in the background, just like, oh.
Oh, the audience doesn't know what Merdine's domain looks like. Merdine's domain, the Greenhouse Refuge, is a planet that has no people on it. Well, it didn't used to. Now it has sequoia, which are giant, sentient walking redwoods. They're not native to this place. And this is a place where every single biome that you could imagine anywhere in the multiverse exists on this planet. And every single plant that he's ever found is on this planet, growing wild and free. And there are pollinators, of course. There are fauna, but this whole place is just plants and the needed fauna. And there is a glass greenhouse that is grown that like has like a trees. It's like in a sort of, it's grown into trees. It's all, nothing was cut to make this place. He brought the glass in, and then the trees, the plants sort of grew around it. And inside there's this fabulous library and like a teapot, but it's all like everything is like the lights are fireflies, you know, or bioluminescent lichen, lichen. It's completely natural, and only the sounds of nature are there. There are fruits, anything you could think in terms of plants for eating. If you like a good gatherer society life, this is the place for you. But there's nobody else there. Just a kind of a, well, until the sequoia came, but they came recently, not too long ago, and they are also hiding here in this place. Oh, did I say also? That's a weird word to use. They are hiding here in this place so that nobody finds them. It's a very hidden domain world. Most people cannot get there. And it used to have no defenses, but the sequoia are now the defenses for this place, although Merdine doesn't realize that because he doesn't really think that way. But this is a place where you can keep things safe, things that might be destroyed somewhere else. And all the tea plants, whatever kind of herbs, spices, and flowers you want for your tea, it is here. If you would like them, it is here. And that is his preparation with Dame Laudine, you know. And of course, there's like, sleeping hammocks. Do you know what I mean? Like made out of vines. Absolutely hammocks. Yeah.
Anybody else doing anything before you arrive at the Athenaeum?
Yeah. I'm consulting my spy network to see if there's any. I'm not going to ask directly about Tamsin, the world that we're looking into, because if that gets back to Lucian through his extensive spy network, that's going to look suspicious.
Fair.
But while I'm just going to see if his dealings have taken any unexpected left turns, with
interesting.
commerce, etc., or research for that matter. If he's like suddenly researching weird gemstones that have planet-eating resonances, that is good to know. And while I'm doing that, I am calibrating with sort of scientific precision what sort of a host gift I can give him.
Nice.
That is almost but not quite insulting. Like, no one could call me out on it for being insulting, but it's also, yeah.
It's on the line.
On the line, yeah.
So, yes.
Ouch.
You are definitely not the only one that has noticed this new player in the game. They are making ripples largely because they are so new and have been moving so fast. You are one of the few that is starting to get an idea of what shape they're actually taking. But and part of that is because you have feelers out into a lot of other worlds, a lot of other communities, a lot of other things like that. So, but people are definitely noticing, and one of the places that they're noticing is also part of the Grand Stair called the Agora, and it is an enormous marketplace that is the size of a small town. Okay, so the stairs are stairs, there's a lot of different staircases, but there are a lot of platforms and landings and things like that. The Agora is on a particularly large landing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's got stalls and shops and sub-markets and things like that. So because this is a place that directly and specifically deals with items from multiple worlds, this is a place that is definitely noticing. Most of them don't know to call it Tamsin, but they do notice that there are new players active right now, and this is an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage is that you can tell that it's getting noticed. The disadvantage is that because it is already dealing with so many other worlds, the information is incredibly diffuse. So you can tell it's making ripples, but you're not getting a lot of specifics.
Interesting.
Really interesting. All right, yes. So, that's a great idea, and it's so fantastic that I think I have to make it happen. But I'm gonna have it
Do we want to tell the audience what's happening?
I think so. Noctua, as Dame Laudine, has come up with this brilliant idea that we should give Lucian, the Gossamer Lord, with greater knowledge of the Grand Stair than any other Gossamer Lord, we should give him a compass. So I love that. But I'm going to make it really, I'm going to take it to, a jewelry designer and get it made real pretty. So it's not an obvious insult, but it's an insult.
Oh, may I make a suggestion since you're having it decorated? He is known...
So good.
And I'll get to this when I describe him when you actually see him. But also, if you've ever seen him, he's probably wearing a vambrace. Normally, he is not wearing. That's the only bit of armor he usually has on, and it is literally just it covers from the shoulder to his fist. And it does have some. It's got filigree on it. It is decorated in a very Baroque pattern.
Ooh, we'll have to make it match.
That bingo. There we are. Okay, just make it.
By the way, my theory is that it's not really a vambrace. It's actually like a robot arm that he's trying to disguise with a vambrace.
I also thought it was a robot arm, so
I mean,
Vote 3 for robot arm.
he hasn't been seen without it by any of you, so sure, maybe it's a robot arm. Why not?
Arm.
also for a compass for the grand stair, where's north? Would
Yeah,
the compass even point north?
exactly.
This is
Hence-
a great host gift.
Yes.
All right. Anyone else before you get there?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
What's Dorian been up to?
Dorian has needs to do some things to take some precautions.
Yes.
Because he is. It's been a couple of centuries, I think, since he's unless it's happened randomly at some point. Unless they bumped into each other at some point over the last couple of centuries.
Which is not impossible, but yeah.
Dorian is kind of kept away from him.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things. One, the obvious one is he's shifting around the spells that he's carrying in his watch.
Right. Okay.
And the rest of them are still are hanging up in the Eidolon. He keeps several up, and he tries to keep all the spells he knows up in the Eidolon if he needs them. And the amulet, the watch amulet, keeps the spells refreshed as need be. So the linchpins are still in there and all that. So he switches them out. I've gone ahead and I've updated the list on my character sheet again.
Excellent.
And at least for the ones that he's got immediately to hand that he doesn't have to use the linchpins for. There are a couple of things that he needs to coordinate to prepare. One of which is that just in case things go south, and just in case he knows he would never, he thinks at least, whether this is true or not, who knows. He doesn't believe he would be able to defeat Lucian in a sorceress battle. So he's prepared so just in case things go, so he's not going to try to engage that way if it comes to it. But just in case things go south, I don't know if there's been time for this, and you can tell me if there has or if there has not. Dorian would have requested to try to get copies of everybody's icons.
Oh, sure.
And so that he has more than just the copies that he's got on him. Because I paid a couple of points. I've always got a deck of icons on me.
Right.
But for the five of us, those icons, he has. I actually named the person, by the way, if that helps.
Oh, nice.
Who studied under Dale. That's Maya. She is one of our friends who's interested in photography and also deep magic and the Grand Stair and all that.
Excellent.
But and she's part of the cult, secret society, the not at all occult secret society.
Not at all occult.
But those five icons are with Wilkins, Dorian's valet.
Okay.
Who is going to be passively kind of monitoring.
Okay.
And if a point of distress comes, he is to make contact, and if need be, yank us out. Now, Dorian has teleport spells that might be able to do it anyway, but just in case.
Yeah, this is a belt and suspenders situation. I understand.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I got you.
So he's gonna have Wilkins do that.
Okay.
And hopefully Wilkins doesn't complain about it too much. But we're trying to talk him out of it, of what he's about to do.
Why?
The other
This seems so
He-
nice.
He
don't understand
he
where
definitely
this
tried to
is
talk
coming
you
from.
out of it, but he did it with the tone of someone that knows that the attempt will fail. He's merely lodging a formal protest.
yes.
So
And the final thing is to, and this doesn't require much. I'm bringing a gift. Also, that I don't know how much to say about it before what it is revealed.
you could reveal it at the time. Then no reason to
it's a,
do it now.
It
if
is
you don't want
meant
to.
as something of a peace offering.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is not something Dorian would ordinarily do, but he is willing to do because everyone else is getting involved, and he,
Fair. Okay,
sooner
yeah,
or later, it's going to come around that he's involved in this too, and he doesn't want them to get any blowback from his
Might as well,
personal
yeah.
beef that he may have.
Okay. That works for me. All right.
And so I'll explain what it is when we get to that.
I like that idea. Atropos, anything you're doing before the trip?
So the only thing that she is doing, and it's going to hinder her a bit, but she does not trust bringing her scythe near
Yeah.
Lucian.
It is
At
kind of
all.
a big deal. So yeah, understood.
So I think that and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like Dame Laudine's domain is very, very, very well protected. So I think
It's guarded by
Atropos-
dragons.
Yeah.
fantastic. It's gonna need it.
And that's just the obvious thing that's guarding it. So yeah, that's
Atropos hasn't spent a lot of time without the scythe.
yeah.
So she's gonna see how long before she has to go back. So this is almost like a
Interesting.
test in itself.
Okay. I like that idea. All right. All right. Well, in that case, if everyone's ready, all of you, let's, yeah. So as Berthine described it earlier, that is exactly what happens. You open a door onto a section of the stair, at which point you then go through the labyrinth, because there's no such thing as a door in the labyrinth. There are doors in the Athenaeum, but it's considered rude to go through one of those unless you are specifically invited to enter that way. So the path that you're following, you do discover that the labyrinth is, as I mentioned before, it is a less confusing trip through the labyrinth than it would otherwise be. You suspect that's Lucian's doing. But you also discover that you only you are restricted to a single path. Yes.
Can I just
Jim?
very
Oh,
briefly
absolutely.
mention? Dorian would have quietly mentioned he doesn't want to be obvious about this, so he probably would have just mentioned it to Scythe. This thing. Don't let Merdine go through a door that looks like this if you happen to see it.
I got you.
And you
And I describe this door, and it's
a specific yes. Fair, okay.
it's made out of stone, I think, and it's
All right.
a sort of a gate motif about it.
Notice that it takes 4 of us to attempt to keep Merdine out of trouble.
Yeah.
Ladine is very happy to have the help.
He doesn't usually get this level of backup.
But he would have just quietly told this to Scythe and not let anyone else hear that he was telling. Yeah.
So as I described before, the room you find yourself in, it does have a large, I was going to say banquet table, but what it looks like is a large table that you would find in like a library reading room, like in a university. Except this one does have food and drink on it. It's not piled high with it, but it's got a decent variety of things that that one would serve to guests. Lucian is not currently in the room, but it is a pretty large room. It's got the walls are lined with bookshelves. There are windows in it, but they're very high up. It's a vaulted ceiling, and there is light streaming through the through the windows up above. And there are multiple staircases and balconies and ladders and things to get to the many books and things that are stacked around here. There are also display cases along the center of the room, many of which have just different artifacts and other things that you might find out in Gossamer worlds. And there are many, many chairs and tables. And let's see, this is not a place with electricity. So you've got oil lamps and actually in some cases some things that appear to be maybe bioluminescent, like some of the things that would light Merthin's realm. But various lights of different colors. But any place with a light it looks like it was designed to be a cozy place for one or two people to sit and read. With there's just dozens of them scattered around the room. Speaking of which, you're not the only 5B. Three relatively featureless gray beings that they have like no facial features but are otherwise humanoid in shape. And they are moving silently about, shelving books and tidying things. And anyone doing anything before Lucian arrives?
I size up the spread on the table.
It's pretty good, like I said. It's high quality and has a lot of variety.
But he obviously doesn't want us to stay long because there's not
a ton of it. No,
right.
Fair point.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
Is it considered bad manners to have, say, like the Eidolon up, looking sort of scanning around in a place like this?
You don't feel like it would be here.
Okay. And in that case, that is the thing that is happening. I'm just, I've got it up just to look around, just to see if there's anything. I assume that he's not going to have anything here that he doesn't want someone to be able to see, but I am looking to see if there's anything here that he placed or that happens to be here for people to see if they're looking in the right way.
Both. There are to Eidolon site. There's more than one bookshelf that opens up into a hallway. But there are also like more than one of the artifacts is. I mean, it's not like extraordinarily powerful, but more than one of the artifacts is decidedly magical.
Okay, but so one of them, you said?
Well, several
more
of them,
than
honestly, but yeah, more than one. Yeah, some of them are mundane but particularly well made. A couple of them you're not sure. Like one of them is just like a black rock that doesn't look like it's like magical or anything. But it's in its own case.
We've been dealing with sus minerals recently.
That's a fair
so
point.
I'll make a note of that.
This is not on the level of that. It's not radiating anything. It's just a black rock.
Cool.
And sorry, go ahead. Anyone?
Yep. Kind of piggybacking on Dorian's thing here. Do any of the artifacts here have the specific sus mineral that we were looking at last time?
Oh, nothing here. No.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing that you're seeing here is on the level of, say, that amulet, or even your sword. Well, I'd say even your sword. Your sword is one of the most powerful things, but you know what I mean. There's nothing along those lines here. There's in game terms, there's nothing here that would cost more than a couple of points, maybe, if you were making it. Yes.
I'm gonna look for. Okay, probably not. This is petty even for Lucian. but I'm gonna look for like books that have been like left as like little slams against our characters, like
Um,
what I'm doing with this compass.
with the compass,
Yeah, just
nothing
like
specific. No.
okay.
You could try to be insulted by a
Mhm.
couple of the things you see, but it doesn't look like it was intentional.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Well, if everyone's ready, Lucian does make an appearance. So um uh he arrives at the far end of the room, which again is pretty big. Um, None of you heard a door open or close. He's just there. And but is walking slowly and with intent towards you. Um, and once he gets within earshot, he says, "Welcome to the Athenaeum. You have my hospitality."
Hail and well met, Lord Lucian. It is so good to see you again. I hope all is well with you.
Things are busy. How about you?
Yeah. Well, I have been out and about and traveling the stairs and around, as you know, as I do. I'm so happy that you are at home, rather than in. I have a gift for you. I thought that you might find it interesting. Mm, oh,
He he raises a brow, and this would be a good time for me to describe him. So he is tall and thin, not particularly muscular, but not gaunt. Just like I don't know, maybe a swimmer's build. Uh, and he uh, he is wearing just black dress slacks, um, boots that look like they okay, they're shiny and black, but they also look like they would be comfortable enough. They're like dressed Doc Martens. They look like they would be comfortable and sturdy enough to actually walk up and down the stairs like you guys end up doing a whole lot. He also he's wearing like just a white dress shirt with a thin black tie. There are ink stains on the cuffs of his sleeves, but otherwise the shirt is pristine. And the aforementioned vambrace or possibly robot arm is in fact covering his right arm. And yeah, it is an elaborate piece of armor. He is otherwise not obviously armed, but all of you, for different reasons, can tell that the vambrace itself has a lot of magic going on. And he also has something in his left-hand pocket that is small but rather powerfully magical as well. Nothing else is pinging that. Um, Again, those of you that are able to notice such things, which I think is everyone except Laudine, can pick up that he is not currently doing anything with the Eidolon, but you can tell that he is infused with the Eidolon. And yeah, and so he's not projecting it or doing anything. It's just he's clearly a master of that side of things. And Laudine, you probably just know that by reputation. You know that is a thing he does. Other than that, oh, also he has dark hair, worn long, like just to his shoulders, and he has no mustache, but kind of a fringe beard. And he he says, "I know some of you, well, Dame Laudine, of course," and he gives you a little bow.
Yeah, bows back appropriately.
Yeah.
They've met before.
And he says, "Others by reputation, and at least one of you I haven't seen in some time."
Oh, yes, by the way, I love what you've done with the place.
I might owe you a conversation later, sir.
I just thought it might be about time to pop by. That's all.
Your timing is interesting, to say the least. Well, please, if you haven't already, make yourselves at home.
Ooh. But oh, by the way, I do love these nuts that you have here. They have got a very nice sort of fruity flavor, which is very nice. Oh, by the way, I do have a present for you. I thought that you would like this. It's, Herbie. Oh, hello, Herbie. How are you? Could I please have the copy of the plant on page 187, if you please? Thank you, Herbie. And a little flower sort of apparates
Yeah.
into Merthin's hand, and this flower is it is purple and little, it's like a lot of little sort of like pointed petals that kind of nice little beautiful thing with like darker purple on the inside. He goes, this here is actually a what is called in some places a henbane flower, but this is actually from a small gossamer world that I found, an oracular one. I call it Delphi 7, and this flower, if you take it in small doses, it is thought on this planet to induce visions and altered states so that one can prophesy the future. So it can open within the story on Delphi 7, it can open spiritual portals. You can use it to predict the future, used in quite a few rituals. But if you take it in too large of a doses, it will kill you. So don't take it in too large of a doses. But it is oracular. It can also, and here's the thing, I was studying the people over there on Delphi 7, and I actually think that there were some world walkers, people who used this as a means to begin their first journey into world walking. I think that's where that came from, mythologically. Anyhow, it has some extraordinary, interesting properties, and I thought that you might like a copy of it. Hands this plant over.
He's been fairly aloof up to this point, but you can tell, all of you can tell, because you don't get where you are without being like a judge of character and body language. You can tell he's genuinely interested in this. This is the first thing that has in which he's shown a spark of not just being a host. And he says,
this one, you see,
go ahead.
Is infused with some sort of mystical ability. So I actually have some questions. I'm still trying to work it out in my mind whether or not a plant that has mystical ability always has mystical ability, even if it's on a world that doesn't have mystical ability, or if only, I don't know that yet. I should try planting this in another place. Anyhow, for you.
Thank you. And he says, actually, one of the gray beings has appeared next to you while you were describing it, and holds out its hands for you to deposit the flower.
This flower I've seen on a couple of worlds, but this one here, I tried the best version that I can. Slight variations, of course. It was sometimes called the poisonous plant of prophecies. Isn't that lovely? I do like a good alliteration. The poisonous plant of prophecies. Very nice.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. Ladine's going to interrupt just before I forget my manners too much. Lord Lucian, this is Atropos. I don't know if the two of you have been introduced.
I know of you by reputation. Dale has mentioned you, I think.
Ooh.
She speaks highly, which is not something she does of many people.
Ooh.
Dale is a close friend and confidant, yes.
Again, not something she does often. Welcome. And he looks at you like a little for a few seconds. He's not doing like Eidolon sight or anything. He's just looking at you with his eyes. And then he says, I appreciate you making the journey. In fact, with the exception of Merdine, all of you have I don't know if sacrificed is the right word, but you've made some concessions to be here. So let's cut to the chase. What's going on?
Like the tea cookies.
Anyone else?
We've stumbled into something, and we're seeking some extra knowledge. You seemed the most likely person to have information.
Oh.
Yeah, and also, you might want to know about it. Seems that there villainy afoot. Something quite terrible.
He answers Berdine, but he looks at Scythe when he says, I like knowing things.
I don't appreciate that. I don't like it when people look me in the eye.
Also, I don't know if a formal introduction was ever made for Scythe, because
Nope.
unclear whether she wants to be introduced.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I'm just standing here.
You're just standing here.
I am. Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. Lucian and I have definitely interacted through proxies.
Yeah.
But this might be the first time.
Yeah.
That we have been in the same room as each other.
At least knowingly.
Atropos is fully doing big scary dog privileges
Nice.
next to Dorian. Of like, come closer, I fucking dare you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like that.
Ladine's like hovering by Merdine, like walking half a circle. It's just like, okay, nope, okay.
He nods and says, all right, I got time. I brought food. He walks over to the table and picks up, let's see, he picks up it's like a canapé, and takes a bite.
After a moment, Ladine looks around at the whole group and she says, now, well, I may be the least qualified to say this, but we have recently come into possession of a dagger, which is rather useless as a weapon. Sharp, but terrible to fight with. Like, it holds an edge just fine. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. It's got a lot of magic in it, and the others can tell you more about that. But we're curious as to some aspects of the magic, and some of us know a little bit. I'm not one of them. And we were hoping you could shed some more light on where the magic is going. Something.
It's the seven sages of the ceremonial dagger of the seven sages of Tamsin, and I have reason to believe that they're killing worlds for their own power.
Oh, wow, that's not good. He pours a glass of extraordinarily dark red wine. Not a glass, it's a goblet. What am I thinking? And
it's motor oil. It's for the arm.
Yeah, it is. You do notice, by the way, that both the canapé and the wine are held in his left hand, not the one with the armor on it. And he's holding it casually, and he says, now that is new. So something ritual, heavily magical, and something that the five of you have not been able to put all the pieces together on, which means it's trouble.
if you know anything about Tamsin, that would be useful. I know you've traveled quite a bit. All we know is that there are new players in the game, and actually, I think they are unchivalrous and probably dishonorable and probably also not very nice. Full of, well, I don't know, badness. Badness.
Again, he looks at Scythe. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yes, knowing things is such a great burden, isn't it?
Yeah. Except the problem I'm having right now is you guys have brought me at least 4 things I didn't know. Normally, I enjoy learning new things. But I'm having conflicted feelings, I guess is the best way to put it. So, Tamsin, first I've heard of it.
Ooh.
Except I think it's just the first I'm hearing the name. There's something out there, right? You guys have bumped around the edges of it?
Yes, it's
Ah.
they have a king, a queen, a ruler, an envoy.
Yeah. Most places do. So,
Oh, yes.
We suspect this gets political. There may be more Gossamer lords and ladies involved. Someone's
yeah.
bankrolling Tamsin.
Oh, now that's interesting.
They
I-
also have a way of meddling with memories.
Yes.
Okay. Every single one of you, his brow furrows at that. And he grips the stem of his goblet tighter. Little bit of white knuckle, and then he relaxes.
I would like to insight check him. How do you do that in this system?
Honestly, hang on. Let me look at
I
your.
wouldn't. I wouldn't
as
like
I
inside check him because
recall-
I don't think about it. I'm just like,
Let's
what?
see.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, like that's mostly a psyche thing.
Well,
And again, but you're fine with it because you got numbers on it, which is
Yeah.
it means yeah, your psyche is not the same as like the 3 people that are tied for first, but you are also, I think it's safe to say, a good judge of people. And to be honest, warfare works into it a little bit too, because you have to be able to figure out what someone is thinking or doing when you're fighting them. So what question are you wanting to answer with this by studying him?
I want to know if his reaction is because he has experienced one of these mind-altering effects before in some capacity.
Yeah, you think he has. This is definitely that mixture of anger and fear when the memory thing is brought up.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's got a bit of a not a trauma response, but like a shiver to it.
Yeah, there's
Flinch.
Yeah.
yeah. He hates that idea so much. So that's where he is.
Let me know if it's time for me to idly mention something.
Go ahead.
And Dorian will idly
He's
mention.
going to babble a little bit, you know.
Yeah, he's just basically. Yeah. I suppose it is also of some concern that they're producing weapons that can drain worlds and to fuel others.
Oh, yeah.
That's a problem.
Ooh.
That's probably something to worry about, I expect.
Yeah, he nods to
Dreadful
Atropo.
practice. Yeah.
So that's what you were hinting at, yeah.
Yeah.
Why
And he
else would I
says-
be here?
He says, someone is messing with the natural process. I mean, sometimes it happens, right? Worlds die. But you don't need to go around killing them.
Especially if you're using it to feed your, I don't know what, something, you know.
He says,
Just not sporting.
yeah, when you bring that up, he says, parasitic.
Yeah.
Now that rings a bell.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh.
What was that song? He just sort of stares over at anyone who's been to Earth with him. The world is a vampire. Was that the song? Yes.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
He says,
It's hard to remember.
back in the war, there were
That war.
weapons, not knives, something else. Doesn't matter. But they were doing pretty much what you described. Sacrificing other worlds to make theirs stronger. But what you're describing here sounds like it's on a bigger scale than that. People that were doing it before, they got cut off.
What do you mean?
The Stair, plus a few of us that were assisting, cut off the doors that went to those worlds.
Wait, so they're still out there and they can technically be reached again if someone, say, siphons a lot of energy off of other worlds?
Yeah, which I'm just now realizing was a stunning lack of foresight. But if that's what's happening, see, here's the thing. We were younger then. We didn't know what we know now.
Mhm.
And things were looking dire. And so there were extreme measures taken. That's not fair. I shouldn't use the passive voice on that. We did some things that we felt we had to do at the time to save what was left.
And it
Like
seems
what?
no, it seems those measures may have been sufficient for the time, but insufficient in the long term.
Yeah, because back then we thought if you're off the stair, you're not coming back. And I'll be honest with you, I've learned a whole lot since then, and I haven't seen much that's convincing me otherwise. But I've seen a couple of things that maybe suggest it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
But the sheer amount of power involved to break back through is not something we assumed anyone could have done.
Oh, yes. Not everything you lock away stays put, you know.
Yeah.
You,
We do know
Unfortunately, some of
someone.
it shows up and it's stronger and angry.
Oh, well, we do know someone.
the lengths that some people will go to for freedom should not be understated.
True.
Yeah, right. Oh, but revenge is such a boring thing to dedicate oneself to over such a long period of time.
I mean, it gets
so
exhausting
sad,
after
really.
a while.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Then again, we don't know their motivations, but if they're killing worlds, that is something that I feel like perhaps is worth getting involved in.
No, one of their envoys who has been doing has been spying about. Can use the stair, has gone through and probably been involved in also assassinations, perhaps, things like that. Anyhow, I asked the Grand Stair the name of this person, this envoy, and the Stair told me their name. Oh, and I think that Dorian can probably show you a photograph on his tin type thing, his mechanical thing. But Naida Kataris was the name of the Naida Kataris, who's been doing something in connection to the Tamsin sort of kingdom and all of this. Herbie cannot make photographs of people, well, not for drawings of people, but I imagine that Dorian might be able to do such a
Murdine,
thing.
your point is
Yeah.
well made.
Uh,
Lord
He,
Lucian, have you ever heard of this?
No, I'm about to. He looks up at one of the gray beings and just says, Naida Kataris. The gray being moves into the stacks.
Oh, well, no. I don't know if I'd have had time to. Well, if I had the other icons made, I don't know if I could have had one made off of that psychic impression that Murdine gave.
Oh, now that is
Oh.
interesting.
That
Actually,
would be.
yeah. Anyone.
It's so secondhand. It'd be difficult to like.
It is. Okay, here, let me think about that. It is a psychic impression, though. So if you were to present said psychic impression to your icon maker, she could conceivably create one, with the understanding that it might lead to something or someone else.
Hmm.
It might not be exactly that one.
Yeah, it'd be like maybe just a visual representation without trying too
Mhm.
hard to. Maybe just make it easy. It's like just a sketch, you know.
Yep.
Don't try to actually connect with this person.
In that case, not a problem. You could easily have. Well, I mean, you could have drawn the picture as far as that goes.
Oh, that's probably that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I-
maybe Dorian did.
I
and
can't imagine Dorian's not good at drawing.
he's probably good at drawing. Yeah, he got the whole classical education stuff at some
That's what I'm
point.
saying. Yeah.
So once things happened, and so he's like, oh well, it's not quite as good as my as my friend Maya's work, but I did rather do a bit of a sketch. He says, and he takes out his notebook. We do have a recording that's been sort of the voice that's been going around, that we're having just had some folks just sort of look in on, but
He leans forward to look at the drawing, and without taking his eyes off the drawing, he holds his hand out and receives a book from the gray being that has returned from the stacks. And he says, I don't recognize her, but the book is open to a page when the being hands it to him. And he says, oh, well, someone by that name has been through 8 different doors in the last couple of weeks. Grand Stair time.
That kind of jives with the whole Tamsin trading circle that I've been hearing about.
When you say trading circle, he says, what kind of organization do they have?
It's
Hoping you knew.
shockingly well set up for as new as it seems to be. But then again, now that we know about this memory issue, they could have been operating for some time.
All right. So what we're looking at here is agents, by which I mean, okay, the terminology gets hazy. Let's just say agents that are already attached to the Stair, that are somehow in communication with the ones that got cut off. This Kataris looks like she might have a foot in both, to use a term that is entirely inadequate for this, universes, multiverses, whatever. Because, and he, actually, all of you are wardens, so this is good. He says, he leaves the book open, and he says, these markers here indicate that she's done a lot more traveling. But the only ones that correspond to doors from the stair is this handful over here. So the rest of this is something else. It's more than one way. I mean, look, I don't mean to insult your intelligence here, but what you all know there's more than one way to travel through worlds. It's not just the stair. There's connections all over the place. That's what these are.
Ooh.
So there's something going on between this group and the little tiny group over here that I can actually keep track of.
It's a great way to escape the notice of the wardens
Sure is.
while you're, say, setting up a huge organization to drain energy out of worlds.
Yeah. And at some point, they've got to make contact with the ones that you can only get to through the stair.
Mm.
And
So
that's what she's for.
we're looking at the literal tip of the iceberg, and they've been doing the stuff down here for who knows how long.
Yeah. And if I had to guess, I'm thinking this area over here is where they've been setting up their stuff. And once they were ready, they hit the stair with it.
Yeah, that sounds like what I've seen.
Great.
What are the 8 places that she's traveled to?
Yeah,
There's
you can look at
8
that.
places. The
Yeah, 'cause
the 7 daggers, and I mean 7 places they've dropped off, and maybe then 1 8.
And he's like mumbling to himself, right, as he sort of looks at the.
That's
at
not
the
impossible.
book.
And actually, you that gets a raised eyebrow from Lucian. Like, despite himself, he's kind of starting to do the math as you do it too.
Mhm.
And so I'm not going to go into a description of every one of them. However, Merthine, you could definitely pick up on this because you're, out of the 5 of you, you're the best at stair stuff. But all of you can see. It would take the other 4 of you just a bit longer to put the pieces together on it. But there would be. Let me think about this. Okay, I will tell you this. All of you. None of you recognize any of the worlds of those 8 right off the bat. But you do get
Except
an
for
idea of,
Felix, right? One of them
well,
would
you do
have been-
now. But I mean, even before, yeah. However, if you had been presented this before being attracted to Salix recently, even that, none of you had been to Salix before that. So, however, there are a couple of them that you've heard the names of. They aren't unheard of by any means, but all of them are kind of out of the way, as it were. And all of them are similar to Celix in a lot of ways, by which I mean sort of similar tech levels, similar size, as it were. Size is a difficult thing to put on a Gossamer world, but there are some of them that feel bigger than others, and these are all around the same structure. There are some that are verging towards a more higher tech levels, but none of it reaches past, say, late 18th century Earth.
Interesting.
Question. There are 8 of these places, and we know we have 7 daggers, which might imply that 7 of these places might be victim places, but then
Definitely possible, yes.
one is not. I memorize where those doors are because you can.
Oh, yeah.
We can get to the doors and like look through. But
Right.
what's the 8th one? What of these things is not like the other? What might that one be?
That is a good point. Yeah. Okay. Now that you're looking for something that is significantly different from the others, oh, Atropos. It looks like the kind of place you'd be interested in. Well, maybe not
Oh no!
interested, but let's say drawn to.
Oh no!
It's not in an advanced state yet, but you can tell now that you're focusing on it and reading what. Oh, actually, yeah. So Lucian would have other books and other references if you needed to look into that. So by whatever means, it is definitely a world on the decline, and none of the other ones appear to be yet.
Mm-hmm.
Celix was in its extraordinarily early stages of doing that.
I'll point that out.
Okay.
And just say it's not quite yet ready, but it's close.
Lucian says, "Do you think they're hurrying it along?"
From what I felt, correct.
Oh. And all of you seem to recognize this second one here. What's going on in that place? And he's pointing at Celix. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely little place. That's where the woman that Dorian sketched. That's where.
Oh, that's where you caught her.
Well, we
I'm
didn't
waiting
catch
for
her,
him to say Tiger Roses.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Same.
Good job.
Hasn't said it yet. Hasn't said it yet. Because he just keeps getting distracted by other things. He's like, oh, that's where that woman was. We haven't caught her yet, though, but we do know that she's there.
She had been there at some point, and she
Hmm.
had left something behind. Noticeable gap in the
Assassinations.
the noticeable gap in the memories of the local royalty.
I
Yes, they
forgot.
all talked
Ah.
around her, but didn't really have the ability to recall to mind who it was, at least not without looking at records, and then the records were perhaps not as complete as they might have been in other cases.
Oh, like it's something about her, not necessarily something she's doing.
It was a two-way forgetful magic. One on the end of the person that needed to forget, and the other held by her.
Dorian, he looks to you. That sounds complicated.
It is quite.
Ugh.
I can tell you. Oh, I can tell you. Oh, do you want to see the spells? I do have the spells. And he just sort of reaches into an oversized pocket for the book, and he'll just take it and he'll sort of toss it onto the table. It's like,
Okay.
there it is. We got the ribbon in
And-
place there.
Lucian is going back and forth between being very concerned about all of this, but every now and then, like with the flower and when you're showing your work about unraveling the spell, he also looks like you've shown someone, like you've shown a baseball collector an original Mickey Mantle card. It's one of
Oh.
those where he's just like, he focuses on that and he goes, nice work. And also bad. I mean, bad news. I don't like this. Great. So we're dealing with memory wizards from we don't know where. And they've been killing worlds under our noses for a while. Okay. And Laudine, he says, you know what this feels like.
She nods. Laudine has been very serious this entire conversation.
Yeah.
And she's just, yeah. I didn't want it to be, but it seems like it is.
I thought we took care of those guys too.
Atropos just begins laughing in the background.
Merdine just looks a little confused, like, because people are doing the kind of like the subtle implication thing, and he's not always good at that. He's not really good at like implications. So it's kind of going a little bit over his head, but clearly everyone's like having a feeling, and he's like, oh.
He says, this is the kind of thing Drake needs to know about.
I suspect I'll be hearing from him. Wait, does Ladine know how to set up a meeting with
Oh
Drake?
yeah, you do.
Okay. Then she'll volunteer. I can reach out to him. It seems like sooner rather than later would be appropriate.
Yeah, he respects you. Good idea. And
What's happening?
he says, you know what your knight is famous for, right?
Oh yes, saving in war, just clash, and very, very like there should be. I don't know. I don't have a bard that didn't make something about it. That would be a tapestry, perhaps. Well, I should talk to someone about that.
Ladine laughs at this. And,
He says, okay, yeah, that thing. She was tangling with some things that we thought were gone, and they weren't. And now it looks like we've got more.
Oh, we're talking about the Dwimmer Lake, aren't we? How come no one's saying their name out loud?
He says,
Are we not supposed to?
generally no, but in this case, I don't think it's them, but I think it's some friends of theirs.
okay,
Great.
very out of character for the rest of the party and for the audience because I don't know who knows this bit and who doesn't. Ladine's like big backstory moment, the thing that she's famous for was she had this massive showdown with a group called the Beholden Brethren, who were siphoning resources to the Dwimmer Lake. So they are allies, but not the Dwimmer Lake themselves. And that's what makes her really twitchy because she's fought these guys before, and she knows that while she stopped them on that one particular Gossamer world, she couldn't be certain that she had like gotten them all or how many there were. So it was this was one battle, not a war. And now it's like, okay, they're back. It's escalating. They're rebuilding. So that's the conversation she's been having with Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just to make it very clear, it is also clear that in Merthine's version of this story, it was a war, and she took down a whole bunch of Dwimmer Lake herself, and there was like a bridge, maybe. Like there's a sense of escalation in mythology in his telling of it,
which is definitely fictitious.
Yeah, some parts of that are true, but
We all really enjoy his version of events.
it's a lot more cinematic. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm going to just say, because he doesn't hide his things very well, you see in this moment, he gets an idea, and you know it's going to be bad. There's kind of mischief brewing right now in his mind. You can tell. He's going to do something. You don't know what it is, but you know he's going to do it.
It's cooking. Okay, got it.
Quick question. Would I know that I probably would not have met him, but have I heard of Drake?
You've heard of Drake.
Okay.
Everybody's heard of Drake. So, quick recap on Drake is Drake was the Dwimmer Lake were doing bad things, and the what became known as the Gossamer Lords or the Gossamer Nobles were not that at the beginning. It was just a bunch of people running around through worlds. There is a Gossamer lady named Vala, and she was responsible for turning this disparate group of ne'er-do-wells into an actual force that could fight the Dwimmer Lake, which eventually worked. Drake was her primary general. He is what's known as the warfare guy. And he is still takes it really seriously. He is still constantly on the look for people frame it as being constantly on the look for the return of the Dwimmer Lake. That's not accurate. He is on the lookout for any threat to the Grand Stair or to the way things currently are.
So one thing Dorian's just going to point out idly, he does everything idly, is just basically, oh, that's kind of that's how he took it, basically. No,
I like it.
This is to perfect my idleness. No, it's just basically he will just sort of say, well, I suspect we haven't long necessarily, as we've been poking about a little bit, and surely sooner or later it's going to be seen. But I suppose that I do suppose when you get Drake involved. I don't know the gentleman personally, but I do understand from his reputation that once he's brought into this, then everyone will know.
Everyone should know.
Right, as well, including the people we're looking for. Yes. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just wondering.
It's a fair point.
I thought perhaps I'd point it out just in case it's a factor.
No, you're not wrong. It's a matter of OPSEC, right? How do we get the information to the people that do need to know without tipping our hand to the people? Okay, I have a question for you. How much do you think they know about what you have already learned?
Are we talking tactics? I think we could put out like a big song and sing it everywhere up and down the hall, the stairwell, and then the people who need to know could know.
We'll call that Plan B.
We were not subtle in our initial investigations because we didn't realize we needed to be. In subsequent investigations, more precautions were taken. I do think our potential antagonists know we are involved, but not to what extent.
Yeah.
We did take one of their daggers.
I'd say they're on layer. They'd probably be by now. They'd probably be on layer 2, working their way on layer 3. But they've got to find a way into layer 3. So that's probably what I'm thinking. As he just is spouting.
Lucian nods as if he's understanding you.
Yeah.
He's like.
Lottie is confused but doesn't show it.
Yeah, he's spouting intelligence terminology.
Yeah. He has the look of someone that is translating your words into his own paradigm.
Yeah.
But he goes, all right. Look, I'm not.
I don't think they know what we've done. I mean, I think we've been quite subtle. There was a huge explosion and fighting. Apparently, I wasn't really there. I was somewhere in the garden. But I don't think they know we've been. How would they know? We've not said anything, have we? I don't think we have. Have I said something? No, I don't think I have.
I have a very out of character question. So I feel like I'm conflating Naida Kataris with Vala in my brain, and I don't know if they're supposed to be two separate characters.
They are definitely two separate people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
do they look the same though?
No, they're both South Asian. I think
they look similar. Honestly,
think,
they do. Yeah, they do look
I think
similar.
That's the only.
However,
but here's the question: do they look similar in a way that is suspicious?
Oh yeah.
No. Naida Kataris has pointed ears, Vala doesn't.
But they both wear white and gold.
They do unfortunately dress similarly, and they look kind of the same.
I'm just thinking, in case like I don't know whether Naida Kataris is trying to obscure how she looks so that if people see her, they get the wrong impression. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might know her real name, but if we just looked at her and no one asked her name, we might be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Vala," which could then sow discord.
Those of you that know Vala would not mistake her for Vala. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
No, part of the confusion arose because I found the art of Vala that looked almost exactly like your description. I'm like, oh,
it was awful. As soon as you said that, I was like, crap, I accidentally described Vala, didn't I? So I apologize for that. I could have made her look like something else.
Sorry, that was an out of character
Yes.
issue. Okay.
I'm so glad you asked, though, because it is not intended to be Vala. Yes.
Okay.
I will say Atchpro isn't gonna say anything, but I think if Dorian and Atchpro have a way of communicating,
Yeah.
she will give the idea not to say
I can't
out
imagine you
loud,
don't. So yeah.
but she's basically thinking, I did send a pretty large message.
Yes. Yes.
I did
well, there
kind
is
of
that.
murder the
Okay.
cult leader a little,
Okay.
but
The Umbra
Meridian is
Masters
convinced
were
that we've
You
not
just sort of
very
think back,
subtle.
oh, not to worry, it's part of your charm.
Because
And he'll
Meridian
mean
does
it.
not know about any of that, right? So he missed all of
you
the
were
big
not there for
explosive
that.
parts. So he
Nope.
thinks we've been very, very subtle. You
Yeah.
know, just. No, I don't do this.
And Lucian says, the dagger, right? You said you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Probably 6 more.
Yeah. Could be. Maybe even
there
more than that.
is.
Really easy to find. These people really suck at hiding things.
Huh.
I mean, it was just begging to be taken, really.
You think it was
To
there
be
to start
fair,
draining the
I-
world?
Well, it doesn't have to be there to do it, does it? I don't think so.
Oh, no, you know that. It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was in waiting. I feel like they were waiting to start
Yeah.
something because it was like in a safe behind a bedroom in a secret room with like, I don't know, guards around or something. It was like pre-used, in my opinion.
That doesn't sound like it was easy to get a hold of. You just described a whole bunch of layers of obfuscation.
I'm
Seems
just saying, they practically waved a flag and asked me to steal it.
I mean, Lucian says, yeah, they kind of did. Huh.
And Naida has proxies that she uses in these worlds, at least. That
Gotcha.
we can understand.
Okay.
They were trying to destabilize the government, or so I've been told.
Oh. Maybe they were starting with the external stuff and softening up the internal.
If a war does come to that world, it would be costly on all sides.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before. Hell, I mean, I've seen some of us do it before.
I have
Kind
a
of
question about
Bastiano's whole MO.
magic and sacrifices. Atropos, this is some sort of sacrificial dagger, yes? To make some sort of a sacrifice to drain the life of a world, making it a desiccated husk and giving it presumably to Tamsin. I was just thought about something. Something struck me as Dame Laudine, this idea that that'd be quite costly, yes? Well, that would be a lot of death, yes? Do you think that actually that's what you need to make this? I mean, I was thinking originally there'd be like a little prick on your finger, like, oh, sacrifice, boop, prick on your finger. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's like maybe you need scores of people to die. I don't quite know how it works. The sacrifice thing, but perhaps does that make sense that you might need a war for this to work, or I don't know. That would be terrible.
It would entirely depend on the way you did it. For example, there's a secondary way where you aren't actually using the knife as intended. That would require a ritual, that would need a lot of power, and a war would provide that.
Oh,
Lucian just says, well, shit. I was kind of hoping it was one of those things where you had to be on site.
No.
Doesn't seem we're going to get that lucky.
This gets better and better.
That's one word for it.
All right, so, right. I'm glad you're going to tell Drake. We need to get Dale involved in this. She's the one that knows how to do this metaphysical stuff.
Ah. Yeah, good call.
I thought we could just go to the 6 other worlds with the daggers and then procure them and then take them away so that
Oh,
they
sure.
don't have them.
By all means, do that too.
Can't do it.
But I mean, this is sounding like it's going to be it sounds like you're curing a symptom at that point.
We can
Well, yeah.
forestall the disease. We can forestall the progression of those worlds' deterioration by doing this.
Oh, I'm not saying not to
But-
do it. I think that's a great idea. I just feel like, come on, this is big, right?
Right, and if they can make 7, they can make more. So we
Yeah.
need to get to the root of how they're doing it and who is doing it in order to winnow it out.
Never trust anybody that's got a fixation on a certain number. I hate that.
Ugh.
There's also the problem with this power source. There's a power source. I don't quite understand it because it's not a plant or the natural world. But,
That's why.
As Merdine goes on, Ladin just kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and just like, it's all right. It's all right.
but
I like that.
there's
Okay.
Eidolon and Umbra, yes? The great
Yeah.
forces.
Yes.
Those are two of the big ones.
Oh, but we found another. Well, I didn't quite understand it. That's not one or the other. But it doesn't seem to be good because it's attached to these malefactors, these people who probably litter in forests. Could you imagine? That's probably what they do.
I would like to insight check Lucian. What happens
Mhm,
when
mhm,
Merdine
mhm.
suggests there is a third power?
The first thing that you see is just the purest expression of curiosity you have ever ever noticed on any being. Once that begins to fade a but at first he's just like, oh ho, a big thing I don't know about. Is kind of where that comes from.
And for the record, part of what Merdine does, although he doesn't realize it, is he brings up things so that the rest of the group can assess
Yeah, that's
how
true.
people react to it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think Dorian
He
actually
just drops
shifts
these
his.
things without intent. So like you couldn't
Right.
if you were gonna sense motive on him or insight check him, he's just like saying stuff, but
Yeah.
he distracts so that the other people who are good at that can be like, okay, did you know about this already? And like, what's up with you?
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it that Merdine is just
good.
purely without guile. Just there's no.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think-
Uh-huh.
I think
Very
Dorian
artless.
slightly shifts his position to almost sort of Atropos was being sort of in sort of protective stance. a little bit.
Yeah.
Dorian now is doing that to be a little protective of Atropos as this is being
Nice.
brought up.
Mhm.
Nice.
He kind of, and he does it differently. He's kind of
Yeah.
tries to be subtle with it, but he's kind of like
Yeah.
prepared to like do a thing if he needs to do a thing.
So Ladin is going to again just hand on Merdine's shoulder for a little bit and guide the rambling back into littering in the forest before
Mhm.
Merdine gives too much away.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because Ladin caught that curiosity and is like,
Yeah.
we're going to make ourselves vulnerable if we say anything else.
Sure.
So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, tell me more about the henbane that you found on Delphi
Nice.
7.
Nice.
Just
Oh.
like
Oh,
talk about the flower.
course.
Go.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then he'll like ramble about prophecies and being like and like fortune telling and like he kind of like of course, and I think that there are these interesting things in there that are also because Merdine Wicht is also known as a fortune teller, but right, like I think
Yeah.
there are these kind of like I think there are these interesting things in there, but it's clear that he's sort of just been guided onto another track without even really realizing it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, while they're talking about that, I'm gonna sneak another look at that map, and
Okay.
with an eye to determining if any of these worlds are worlds that I happen to know that my shady ass family is active on.
One of them is.
I you guys know me pretty well. So you can tell that Scythe is having a feeling that she is suppressing and an expression about that feeling that she is also blanking on her features. But she is pretty annoyed.
And then add a character.
Yeah.
How does Scythe feel about Lucian? Is this a, bottle it up, we'll talk about it when we get home? Or is this a, do you want Lucian to know?
Yeah, Scythe clearly does not trust Lucian. There's like a vibe. You can probably tell that they have like had dealings of some sort. But she's definitely not opening up around him for some reason.
Okay, we will bottle this up until we get home.
By the way, I'm taking for the audience, all of the people who are characters have, what is it, Paragon? Like sort of God tier, and there are 4 stats, and you have God tier in all 4 of them, but you can buy them down to get extra points.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. And
at least one of you did. 2 of you did, actually.
They are psyche, strength, endurance, and warfare. And warfare it governs all manner of armed conflict and strategic or tactical activities, as well as being the determiner of how quickly a character is able to react in a situation, right? It's you can think about it as conflict, but Scythe started it and is like, Scythe determined like that her warfare is her way to be shady and sneaky a little bit, right?
Exactly.
And I bought my warfare down, not down from God level, but down one step further to like average person awful level. So all of the lack of artfulness and guile, I'm reading that as like part of my very bad.
I like that. That actually kind of works. Yeah. That makes sense to me.
I'm not strategically able, like, maybe I should not be saying these things to this person. I have a really bad warfare. I just
really
say those things anyway. Yeah.
Although you have a high psyche, so it's not like, it's, well, okay. I feel like in D&D terms, it is possibly. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Lucian says, well, now I know why all of you did what you did.
Did what? What did we do?
Did
we do something?
Yes, we came to see him simultaneously.
Yeah, which I'm not. I appreciate that you did this.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy for most of you. But you were right. There's something going on. And I don't know. Look, you do this stuff long enough, you start to believe in destiny, then you quit believing in destiny, then you believe in something else. I don't know what the hell it is. But whatever it is, there's some kind of serendipity that every now and then I feel like is the multiverse putting the right people together at the right time. And I think you 5 might be it.
Ooh.
And when you say it, that means tapped to do all the work.
I mean, talk to Vala about how that works out, but yeah. And again, like I said, maybe there's no external force doing this. It doesn't matter. You're on the forefront. But now I know about it too. And in a few minutes, Drake's going to know, which means Vala's going to know. This is going to be a thing. But I think it needs to be a thing. One way or the other, we got to figure out what's going on. And yeah, I said we.
Ah.
Because you've roped me into it too. So thanks.
Well, good of you to join the club. We've had a few. Yeah, yeah. We brought some. Little. Dorian knows the appropriate word here. Jim is struggling to find the appropriate word, but it's like for party gifts or something.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it's like, we brought you some offerings, by the way.
He says,
a few little things.
Huh.
Just,
Thanks.
Host gift.
Library warming gifts.
You know, most people are not that considerate when they bring potentially multiverse shattering news to my door. So, thanks. All right, then. Yeah, look, obviously you got my help. Whatever it is we need to do, we're going to have to dig up more information on this. But if it's going to be, I don't know. I'm at the point now, I'm not sure exactly what to do, which is both kind of exciting and more than a little terrifying.
Welcome
For
to the
a
club.
pointed goal, which may be tractable for you, there is a spell, right? And Ladine kind of like points to Dorian's book, which I think is still on the table. And I think two of those is a location spell.
Yes.
One of those goes to Celix, the place that we've been, and we saw all this on Celix. And the other one goes somewhere.
Yes. Not determined that yet.
Find the somewhere.
Yeah, you're on it. And I think we all have a guess as to where that somewhere is, right?
Maybe it's that eighth one there, the one that's not
Could
the
be.
one like the others.
Well, I think this will
be
certainly help narrow things down.
Yeah, could be Tamsin, which I didn't have a name for till you guys brought it up.
I wonder what it looks like. I wonder if they have good plants.
Clearly, they have some good plants. Damn it! I was the one to mention the Tiger Roses.
But still doesn't know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Rhymes with Schmeiger schmozes.
And of course, Murthy has no idea what you mean, what you're implying, because he's really bad at implications, and he's like, he just looks confused.
No, Ladine takes this in a completely different direction because we know that someone from Tamsin remained on Celix as a plant to modify the memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
She thinks you're referencing a person.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
To
right.
the rescue. Our
So
knight in shining armor.
This is just a pun. Sly's just making a pun.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Plant.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Very good. They do have plants everywhere. I wonder if they even have plants here. Ugh.
It's a library, Madine.
No, I meant in the Stair in general. We know they can travel on the Stair. What if they have people wandering about here? Or one or two? Or one?
Yikes.
Lucian says that's a possibility. In fact, pretty big one, right? Okay. All right. Well, I'm not in any position to tell you what to do, but like I said, you got my help.
Ooh.
Thank you. And Ladin offers like a short, kind of stiff bow.
He returns it. Um,
Bow, following Dame Laudine's lead. It's like he doesn't really bow, but then when she does, he's like, oh yes, and then he bows as well. Like,
Ladin does not
nice.
curtsy. She's wearing plate mail.
Of
no,
course.
Yeah.
he's not expecting that either. So Dorian, I'm assuming whatever gift you brought is actually quite nice.
Or a
I feel-
trap. Or
uh,
both.
Well,
Yeah, I want to hear this.
sort of. Yeah, Dorian will take out a. Are we doing it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Dorian takes out a. It's a black box, which is the sort of little present box. It's just basically. So it's a very nice. It's a nice box, basically. That it would just sort of slide out. For when we're doing that. And when it is opened, inside the box is what looks like a sort of thick, old, rusty gear that of a sort that you would look like. And I know a lot of this comes back to it, and this is the thing I've been using since before that movie came out, by the way. But it's the kind of thing one might see on an Antikythera device.
Gotcha.
But it's a different bit of it, a different application. Looks like it's something from maybe something a little post-Renaissance-ish, but it looks very old, and it is. And Dorian will just remark. Well, okay. Before I say what he says, I will let you know this is a piece of a mechanism designed to conceal the door leading out of a place I've called the Citadel of the Eidolon, which is that place, Brian, that we have been communicating about
place.
a little
Yeah, I
bit.
know.
It's that
Yeah.
place, yes. And kind of this is part of the, getting out. And Dorian will just sort of idly mention, I keep saying this word a lot. I need another word. Well, just sort of.
It's so appropriate, though.
Quietly mention, as he said. And I realize I don't know so much as it's a gift as it was yours to begin with, but thought perhaps it was time to return it, as it was rather an important piece that perhaps something you might be seeking, or perhaps might have a better use for nowadays.
He says, he holds it, and the play of emotions across his face is not entirely different from yours when you think about it. And he says,
Interesting.
that was a long time ago.
Mm.
Subjectively.
Mm. Probably slightly longer for me, depending on where you've been, but
Hmm.
No, you two know each other?
I came to think of it as more of a crucible.
Ah. Yeah, something of that nature, I suppose. Yeah.
I owe you the courtesy of returning the favor. But I think I might owe you more than that.
Oh.
And put some thought into it.
Oh, it wouldn't bother yourself too much necessarily. Just as we've got rather a lot on our plates at the moment. But
yeah, but that is he actually he holds his hand out, and one of the gray beings takes the takes the cog, and you see it walking towards one of the empty display cases to put it in.
Mm.
Yeah. No, just being reminded of some things that I'll, like I said, let me put some thought into it. And then with when he sees the compass that Scythe has brought,
Mm-hmm.
he just laughs.
Oh, well, he has gone up in my estimation
He
by
says,
about that much.
but what he says is,
Mhm.
"Oh, good, a compass.
Ooh,
I don't have a compass."
I figured it didn't.
it's lovely.
He holds it up, sets off my eyes.
Gorgeous. I'm Scythe, by the way. Nice to meet you face to face.
Yeah, I mean, I know who you are. Didn't exactly know what you were, though, so nice to put that together. And
What I am.
this is we're not gonna head out just yet, but this is a good time to take a quick break. But having said that, before we do so, does anyone else have any specific gifts or things? Because I feel like we could wrap up this scene and then start with something when we come back. So does anyone have anything else you definitely want to do before you leave the Athenaeum?
If Lucian would be like expecting a gift from Atropos, she would just reply and say, "The only things I can really give are death and ruin, and I figure you're not ready for that yet."
I've seen plenty, so thanks. And I appreciate the gift you didn't bring. Anyone else?
Daggers, just
Yeah.
dagger stares.
Just, like, confused. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although even Merthine would have noticed that she doesn't ever scythe. So
yes, but mostly but he didn't get that that's what Lucian was referring to.
yeah. Just
He's like, didn't bring what? And he's like, wait, do some of my friends already know him? He's like, oh, so they've met before, but they haven't. Like, and he's sort of like kind of got lost on this idea of like, wait, some of them have met each other. Who has and who hasn't? Have they? And it's just like, so he's like sort of missing some things because he's now
still trying to put it
realizing-
together. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, also out
Yeah.
of character, if we ever decide we trust Lucian, Laudine is going to have one hell of a gift if she lets him look at her sword.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
that's if we decide we trust Lucian, and right now we're not there.
I can't imagine you do
There
yet.
yet.
No. Nope. That's like an end of the campaign thing if we like him.
Yeah. That's way down the road if that ever happens. Gotcha.
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Anything else before we take a break? All right. Shall we take a break?
Cashew nuts. Just eating cashew nuts.
Oh,
having
there's
lovely
so
time.
many. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we shall head off to break, and we shall return in a little bit. See you soon.
Excellent.
We have returned. Hello.
Yo. Okay, so what is everyone up to upon departing the Athenaeum?
I'm going to just basically, as we're departing, just basically quietly, just sort of, we'll say, apparently, just sort of in midair to no one. But Dorian doesn't care at this point if the others hear him. He's
Okay.
like, "Right, Wilkins, did you get all that?"
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, I think we could. I think some of us could do with oh God, there's a term. I hate that. Jim hates the fact that his brain loses words these days.
Happens to me all the time.
But
No.
it's that post-event drink thing.
Oh yeah.
That there's like it's probably a French term. He's
Aperitif is the other one.
it's the opposite of
Yeah.
aperitif.
Yeah.
And Wilkins probably knows the word.
Postprandial.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Postprandial cocktail. Yeah.
I rather gather
Digestif?
some. Yeah, I rather
It
gather.
is Brandial, yeah.
I rather gather some of us could do with a postprandial. So perhaps we might come through. Some of us, should there be an interest, or
I
perhaps
could
not
do
immediately.
it 5 or 6.
He says, I have prepared the secondary dining room, sir.
Ah, excellent. That should be sufficient, I think. So if anyone's of course, if you need to take care of anything in between then and now, you can always just ring me up and we can bring you through. But party going through now, should anyone care to.
I definitely take him up on that.
Okay.
If you're inviting, I would love to come along.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. If Dame Laudine says it's all right.
Oh, of course. Go enjoy yourself. Dorian, I shall be along in just one moment. There's something I must attend to first.
Excellent. Of course. You'll just
Do
kind
you
of
need
look.
backup, Laudine, or are you all right?
I should be fine. And I don't know if this is the kind of gentleman you would like to meet.
I appreciate the consideration.
Yeah, I don't know how well Scythe would get along with
That's a fair point.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dorian will kind
okay.
of look over at Atropos to see what Atropos wants to do.
Come back to me in a second. My cat is trying
okay.
to knock over my
Okay.
camera
Okay.
again.
May or may not need.
Fair enough.
Just feel free to call should you need it. And so he will. Dorian will extend his hand to Scythe and Merdine, or anyone who wants to grab on.
Okay.
And he'll take his other hand and just sort of reach forward, and just sort of turning back to the contact. He'll sort of look at
Right.
Wilkins. Right, Wilkins, we're ready when you are.
Okay, so we'll just say the three of you at this point appear in, and you will describe the room for us momentarily. But right now, and actually, you need to describe Wilkins because describe the person whose hand you're holding currently.
Yes. Wilkins is so basically Wilkins looks like a turn of the century, as in turn of the 20th century, valet, or it's sort of, butlers look kind of like this. He is, valets technically are outranked by butlers, but he's sort of a gentleman's gentleman, but he can buttle with the best of them should he need to. Essentially, he is, basically looks like he stepped out of the pages of a Wodehouse illustration. Essentially, he is very, very immaculately clean, wearing the black servant's outfit, so with the coat, the vest, the trousers, very highly polished shoes. He has sort of slicked back dark hair, and is pretty tall. He's kind of tall and kind of sort of wiry, sort of muscular type, basically. And is looks as though he has skills that He probably has many skills that even Dorian doesn't know what they are entirely, because Wilkins kind of almost has this whole secret life. He could be an assassin for all Dorian knows, but they've been together for years, so it's hard to say. So he will. It's just, so that's so that is Wilkins. Dorian, I think, by this point has learned Wilkins' first name. But he was just sort of surprised to learn that he had one. But is essentially. So I don't know if any of you have gotten to know him well enough that he doesn't like to tell people his first name outside of his immediate family. He's very much a thing. Wilkins is very much about propriety, and very much about things being. He's very orderly himself. If there's ever a representative of the Eidolon here, you would think it's him. But he's but just sort of hyper competent, a person who seems on the ball and seems to just basically anyone who has spent time here will note that Wilkins seems to spend most of his time keeping Dorian out of trouble or keeping him from hurting himself. Basically, steering him around problems. Yes, essentially. And so he's basically. I don't like to give references, but he's basically my version of Jeeves. So I guess we'll step in. Should I say what the room looks like or anything like this? Or shall I wait a moment? Brian is muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Atropos, did you come along with them, or are you joining later?
Atropos, it probably blipped to go get the site that she's
That's
probably
right, because you've been away from it for a while. Good call. Okay. But other than that, is it just...
And then she'll blip back as soon as she can.
In that case, yeah. So now it's the four of you, because you just come back when you're ready. So yes, in that case, yes, please describe the room.
Okay. And I guess the question is, are we at the apartment or are we at the manor house?
Let's see. You are wherever you wanted Wilkins to be.
Yeah. Well, you said secondary dining room, so I think that would probably be... That
feels like manor house, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay.
Dorian has an apartment in town where that's where, his study is. That's where he was before. Yeah. But he also has a house in the country. And so it's that's what this is. So it looks like again around the turn of the century English house. And it is, so if we are in we're probably in a sitting room. And so it's just basically we have there's a sort of very nice we have a very nice kind of sort of it's almost Edwardian looking, I think. The sort of spot where we have this carpet that goes out to sort of as a rug that actually was kind of got a pattern on it. That's sort of a delightful pattern. Probably, this room, these rooms that we're being brought to will not have the occult paraphernalia in them very much, but there will be some. This room has, so this is sort of a sitting room. There is a piano here. And you have it's like a couple of sofas. There's a kind of a sort of a lounge type. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Fainting couch here as well, and a couple of very comfy looking chairs. There are a couple of sort of like coffee table like things, and sort of this room has elegant, kind of slightly sparkly wallpaper with a couple of portraits hung up, and there are shelves. There's some bookshelves with both atop the bookshelves and atop some side tables. You will note there are some various knickknacks. There's like a globe. There's what looks like there's a vase somewhere. There are a few what look like possibly occult knickknacks that are here of the and so things where they're you'll have sort of, and so there's a dagger here, not the same kind of dagger, but sort of ceremonial looking objects, and probably there's probably not room in this room for a tapestry, but there are tapestries, maybe a couple of tapestries elsewhere. It's not a castle if you don't have like that level of thing. But it's very nice. And there's that. And then there's a piano, and there's probably in the sitting room, how many Victrolas does Dorian have? And I think the answer is yes. So this room also will have a a thing that plays wax cylinders in it, that's probably playing a sort of a light kind of a slower tune from that would in a fantastical world, but from that era, essentially, is playing, and there's probably also a fireplace, and so I presume that Wilkins has laid out a few sort of snack items, things of that nature.
Yeah. So my question, my question for the visitors is this the first time you've been in Dorian's world?
No. Sometimes Dorian picks me up and takes me
that's true.
to
Okay.
places, and and shows me to things I've not seen before.
We've probably Merdine and I have probably gone driving
pictures?
before in this countryside.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, then the movie theaters that Dorian has taken to Meridian in, though, are on Earth. A lot of them.
That's different.
But they do have them here too. If and occasionally, if you want to see something that's more sort of a silent film. Right. But it's so it'll vary. But yeah, we've either gone riding or driving through the countryside, which can be an experience. If you will imagine a Mr. Toad situation. That's basically what it's like when Dorian drives.
I like it.
So it's
like Earth. It's quite like my home world, but without as much magic. Actually, it's
fair.
Quite interesting. Ooh.
So what about Scythe and Atropos? Are you have you been here before? Not necessarily the manor house, but at least to the world.
I feel like we've all known each other.
That was the impression I got.
Time.
Okay.
So probably we've been to each other's worlds.
I feel like and especially here. Okay. So same with Atropos?
Yeah, Atropos definitally been here.
That's what I thought. Oh yeah, you guys know each other quite well, actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
all
right.
Do.
So in that case, what
Atropos probably has a room here if she wants one.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, like full on of the manor house. Yeah. So in that
also
case,
something relevant to Atropos is that this world does have demons appearing every now and then. Not
indeed, it does. Yeah,
it's not supposed to happen, but it does from time to time. And other things. There are some planes that are nearby. Different planes nearby that sometimes entities will wander in through and things like that. So there is magic in this world. It's just not. Again, it's highly controlled. It's not something that that a lot of folks have the resources or sheer stupidity to try to wield.
Yeah,
valid.
So Wilkins would treat the three of you as visiting nobility. But also he would treat you as friends of Dorian. So how
Which is
have
like
you
friends of Dorothy, but
yes,
not exactly.
but a little different. And actually this question is for Laudine too, because I'm sure you've been here. How have you asked for Wilkins to refer to you? By what name?
Ooh, this actually becomes an interesting question for Laudine because she has the title.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's officially a knight. She has a title.
And I will tell you, unless you tell Wilkins not to, he will call you Dame Laudine. But
He
I think
does
she
use
would.
titles.
Yeah, I think she would appreciate it from Wilkins if he chooses to use it. The question I have is, the context in which Laudine got her title was very much as, you are a knight again. In combat, she can ride a horse, she can joust,
All
she
that,
can
yeah,
be
yeah.
called upon to fight for her lord, all
she's
that.
old
Probably
school,
knows
yeah.
chess, right? She can play chess and
Yeah.
poetry
Yeah.
and all the knightly things.
Yeah, she's that kind of knight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does Wilkins still think of knighthoods that
yes.
way, given the culture in which he is from?
He definitely does, actually.
Ooh.
Okay, in which case, yeah.
All right.
Use the title. She earned it.
All right.
Yes.
When it's probably inconvenient, Atropos will blip in, but she bumps into the Victrola, so it just starts repeating itself.
Yes.
Records screech and she moves it off.
Put the needle back in.
Is your garden in bloom? I thought after our meeting of the
And looks and
I should imagine
Dame Laudine is not currently here yet.
as we have our meeting of our knights of our round table, as it were. Then perhaps I could look at your garden, perhaps see if something new has cropped up.
Oh, but of course, my dear.
Oh, and also, whatever any of you has shown a preference for, both in food and drink, is here for you.
Ooh.
Wilkins has set that up.
Ooh.
That's very thoughtful.
By the way, we're all here except for Dame Laudine. So, quickly, I want to do something secretive that she will not know. So I need your help.
Oh. About what?
I want to give her a gift. I got this idea in the middle of having this our meeting with Lord Lucian. I'm sure no one noticed that I had an idea at all, but I had one, and I thought that we could I could do a thing. I would like to make a tapestry, a tapestry that says in great deeds how she did in her big war against the people.
You should definitely do that. It will be awesome.
I love all of your advice, and if you have ways to make it especially large and impressive, where she's shining in her armor and everything like this, I thought that'd be lovely, a lovely gift.
That'd be delightful.
I hope you could help. I don't know who to ask.
Yeah, if you want any particular, I know a few people actually might be able to assist with something along those lines, and have a bit of an eye for this kind of thing.
Oh, that would be lovely. And I know that you're good with sorcery. Maybe there'd be some sort of sorceress thing that could make it smell like home or something. Or I don't know.
It's hard to avoid sorcery with this lot that I've. I will also just. I'm sorry, I keep dropping information. And stretching things out. I'm sorry, but every now and then you will hear. It's not everyone in Dorian's life. Probably because this is not currently his official title. He's not nobility, but he does have a title of Grand Magister that folks occasionally may slip up and use around him, depending on how far into the party they are and how much drinking has been done, that kind of thing. So that's
for the record, Wilkins will never call Dorian that, but he will make sure that other people know.
Yes, there is that also.
Because to Wilkins, Dorian is always Sir, but
I can't remember whether that would have been Dorian's government title or not. But
I bet it was.
There wasn't. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
I think it was. Yeah.
Because it's also, he kind of has that within his society. Also, wouldn't it be funny? Yeah, they probably just kept calling him that even after he stopped officially being part of government service.
I feel like Dorian was basically in like magical MI6.
Yeah, that was pretty much
Ooh.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Or the
that's,
laundry to use another Charles Stross reference.
kind of, yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
sort
while
of-
you were all discussing the tapestry, I think maybe we should cut to Laudine and Drake.
By the way, I imagine
ahead.
that Laudine actually will hate it, right? Because that's too much attention on.
Oh, I think yeah.
Exactly.
But,
Yep.
You might be
you know,
right.
I'm eager to get this done, to put as much attention on Laudine as possible.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to start calling people up and seeing if they can help with the tapestry.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I love
And
this.
y'all will see how Laudine reacts to this when you actually show it to her.
Yes. Yay,
We'll get it
good.
Oh, can't wait for that.
and he also wants to make sure that Atropos and Scythe also help. He wants this to be a group project.
Oh yeah.
Because
Mm.
he's a little bit, he's not as good with the aesthetics stuff. So he's like, okay, you all know things and you'll help. And so he's looking forward to
Oh
that.
yes, I'm going to describe in great detail the Dwimmer Lake that she fought. The army of Dwimmer Lake.
Yeah.
Because I've totally never seen one and have no freaking idea what they look like. So I'm
Oh,
gonna just
that's
go
even
nuts.
better.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's huge and has too many limbs.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes. There's like wings involved. I don't know, like breathing something.
Yeah.
Maybe it breathes ice. I don't know.
Ooh.
Biblically accurate,
Nice touch.
Dormer Lake.
Ooh.
That's good to know.
Yes. Nice touch. That's great.
And we'll get Atropos to give us the ways in which war looks like
Oh,
what
yes.
Atropos knows how to do battles, right? So yeah. We'll get all the feedback so we can get a very
Oh,
accurate
man.
depiction of Dame Laudine's fabulousness.
This
Yeah,
thing's gonna be epic.
I think
It's
Nick's going
hilarious.
I think she's going to make sure that it's not too over the top because I feel like Atropos would know of like Laudine's going to love or hate this. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if we
Yes.
make it somewhere in between, I think we'll have a better chance.
I just imagine the equivalent of like the heavy metal like art.
Oh, like on the side of a
Yes.
van.
The poster, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
in a tapestry in medieval, right?
Oh,
So, like,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think we're on the same
medieval
page.
metal. Bad art.
Well, can't wait for that to happen.
Mhm.
All right. Well, speaking of Laudine, you've already gotten in touch with Drake and arranged a time and a place to meet, and because of the icons, it's quite easy to do so. The place you are meeting is in a tent, a military tent on a hill, overlooking training maneuvers of a significantly sized military force. And when you arrive, you are with Drake and three of his senior officers. So I'll describe Drake first. Drake is he's a large man. He's built like a linebacker. He is his complexion is ruddy, like someone that spent a lot of time outdoors, basically. And he has his hair is reddish brown, but it has a significant amount of gray in it. And he has one prominent scar on his right cheek. And other than that, just looks, like a particularly barrel-chested middle-aged guy. And what's he wearing at this point? He is not armored. He is he's often seen in some like red enameled armor, but what he's wearing right now is a dark military uniform. It's a midnight blue with very few insignia on it, but you do know that the insignia that are there state clearly that he is at the top of the chain militarily. So because you've iconed in, the two of you are holding hands in a handshake, and upon release, he orders the other officers out of the tent.
So Laudine will begin with just thank you for seeing me on such short notice. I have important news to report.
He just nods.
So Ladine will deliver her report very not perfunctorily, but like very to the point.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's not mincing words, and she's not being nearly as like politic as she was with
Oh, no.
Lucian. It's very much, we found
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dagger. Tamsin is a threat, and
Nice.
I think the
Okay.
brethren are coming back. This is how. This is why Lucian knows, and the rest of you need to as well.
Yeah, he nods as you talk. He asks a couple of clarifying questions, but only a couple. And he says, "Hmm, understood. This is actionable. You were right to bring it to me."
Ladine just like nods very sharply as like thank you. It's not quite a bow, but it's that
Right.
intent.
He says, "Lucian will undoubtedly bring in further intelligence, as will you. Who else is aware of this?"
Whom we have told? Just you and Lucian.
Hmm.
Others who may have found out. Well,
He
I can't.
smirks at that.
Yes. Can't say for certain, but we were not discreet in some of our inquiries, so word may have spread.
Early days, I understand. Yes, yes, quite. Well, we shall move forward with this, but we don't know what sort of battlefield we're on yet, do we?
No, we know the threat is amassing, and that crucially, the dagger does not need to be on the world that it is attempting to siphon to begin the process. So,
That
if
is going to be a bit of a challenge.
I suspect if and when Lucian finds Tamsin, that will be the final battleground.
Yes. Well, of course, I shall report this to Vala immediately. She will be the arbiter of whom else we bring in. But this sounds like it will be not entirely a military affair, which, well, we never quite get that, do we?
You see Ladine soften for a moment as she like, yeah, well.
But do make sure that your companions do not ignore your unique point of view.
I shall make sure of it.
Very good. He nods to the maneuvers that are going on out there, and he says, "Some of these chaps may be just about ready to assist if the worst should come to pass."
Ladine like scans them and like assesses their formations, and she's like, oh good. Oh good. There are some properly trained people who can handle things.
Yeah, these guys look like they're doing well. These gender non-specific guys, because it is a mix of people. And he says, "We'll begin making preparations. We'll bolster the existing defenses, and from what you've described, I can already surmise that we need to cover some fronts we've not been."
Yes. And I shall state one more point now, because Lucian mentioned something and it's been concerning me. He said that in the Great War, some places were cut off from the stair but not destroyed entirely, and that they may have allies that are strengthening them.
Hmm.
Has any thought been given to how to prevent those regions from rejoining the Stair. It sounds like they may be amassing the power to attempt it.
Thoughts, yes. Solutions, bit thin on the ground. It's the sort of thing that is, well, problematic, you see. There are far more avenues of potential return than there are those of us that are able to block them.
Ludin is very pensive.
He says, it's a matter of prioritization. And he makes a face when he says the word guesswork, as if he really hates that concept.
Oh, I like this guy. Ludin is, again, like, yep, right there with you. And, well, we shall have more intelligence coming in and hopefully can make better conclusions once we have it.
Good. Reality is constantly under threat. Sometimes, like apparently now, more than others. And with that, he nods as if to state that he's got what he needs right now, but he will definitely be in touch.
And Ludin will actually bow. She doesn't salute, but she will bow. And
yeah. The two of you have exactly that, and he returns it. So
yeah,
he considers you. Let me think about that. He considers you part of his organization, but not like directly one of his officers. If you see what I mean.
She's not part of his like proper hierarchy because she's not like his subordinate, but she is like adjacent to and subordinate to him, but just like outside of that structure.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's it. He sees you as the leader of Allied forces, is basically what it is. So there we are. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he gives you the bow that means that.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Sorry.
So with the icon of him like firmly in her pocket, Ludin will take that as a you're dismissed. Like
basically.
Yeah. And start making her way out. Unless do any of the subordinate officers, like the other folks that he had around him, try to interact with Ludin?
No. They seem completely intimidated by you.
Okay. Aw. So yeah, she makes her way out.
Yeah, you're the rock star that just showed up. So they're like
Aw.
So yeah, if that's the case, you've got an icon of Dorian, no doubt. So you can show up if you in that manner if you want.
Yeah.
I would hope that we've had some time dilation so that we would have the tapestry ready by the time that she gets here.
Oh wow! If you want to do it that way, sure. Okay.
Well,
because she may not realize that we've had a bit of time to get this done before she gets here, but I certainly would like to have it done.
The
before
time
she gets
flow
here.
on I can't even remember anything. The time flow on Malvor is a little faster. So we might have a few hours, maybe. It's not hugely faster, but yeah.
And we can assume that wherever she was matches enough for you to make that happen. No problem.
Yeah. But I can find ways to other places that go even faster if we need them.
Oh, totally.
He's probably called probably there's, by the time we get this, there'll be like a party going on, and Maya and some of the other
party, right?
Some of the other cultists or society folk, Veiled Horizon folk, have probably shown up and are been working on threading the tapestry.
Right. Just to make sure I understand this correctly, some of them are world walkers too, right? Some of them are wardens. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, a good number. It's an old secret society. It's part of how Dorian found the staircase in the first place.
Perfect. Just checking.
Like something like 300 years ago. But
Yeah. So some of you will recognize some of the members as fellow world walkers. So no problem
Yeah.
on that.
yes, I'd say Maya is definitely one, and I haven't named any
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
others yet. But
Yeah, she's the one doing the icon.
yeah.
So yeah, she knows. Okay, just checking. Just making sure I got it. Making sure I understood the deal. All right. Well, in that case, all of you have arrived. And Murthine, are you presenting this gift?
Well, I think at the moment the gift is hidden behind like it's quite large. It's going to be in a room somewhere. So he's probably just like very excited, like a kid, like just like there's something he's trying to keep it hidden, but he can't. So he's clearly excited about something, very much so, but he's not saying anything yet. He's just clearly something's up.
Yeah.
He's
So-
done something.
Yeah, when Londine gets in and sees Murthine like hyper about it, she's like, "Ooh, has something happened?"
Why? What? Why would you even say that?
Did you find a new flower?
No, I.
No? All right, keep your secrets. Just don't explode on me.
A gift.
Remember to breathe. Oh,
Whew, yes, I forgot.
a gift.
Yes.
Wait,
And you can just see he has this like slightly and he kind of looks to Scythe and Dorian because they're the ones who are really good talkers. Like they know how to like just say stuff, and so he just kind of looks to them like help because he's not quite certain how to say it.
And by
were
this
you
point,
feeding him sugar?
Yeah, it's probably like nighttime at this point. So we probably got here and it was early in the day, and then it's probably nighttime by this point. And so there's been like there's now sort of jaunty music playing, and people are sort of mingling in another room, and cocktails are being passed back and forth, that kind of thing. And so Dorian has appeared in the doorway with sort of a cocktail in his hand. He's wearing like an elegant sort of bathrobe over his sort of an elegant dressing gown over his tie and vest and such. And he's sort of come from good to see you. No, did you use Dorian's icon to get here, or did you use Murdine's?
No, she contacted Dorian directly.
Okay,
She thinks
so
it's
you've
rude
already
to
seen him,
be-
like
yeah.
So you've already he
Yeah,
probably
that makes
brought you
sense.
in, and you're probably in one of the so you're probably in one of the sitting rooms or dining rooms, wherever we are at this point. It's sort of big sort of room, and he will just sort of glance over. Yes, well, not too much. We've been just having a little bit of a soiree and working on a little group project over in the drawing room.
Yes, that's right. A group project in the drawing room. Group project. Yes.
A group project. This seems a little too light-hearted to be the current threat that is, looming over the entire stair. So
Oh.
I am now I'm curious. You have my interest piqued. What if
If one cannot celebrate in the face of dire threat, one should consider never celebrating at all.
you do have a point. You shall have to pardon me. I came off a training ground.
Oh.
Still fresh in my mind.
Oh yes. How are the troops?
Remarkably competent, which is a refreshing surprise.
Good.
So, you said it was in the drawing room, yes? And Ladine is
Yes.
heading that way.
Oh, yes. And I just like follow behind, looking for my friends who have better social skills to
Following.
help me.
Well, Scythe would have better social skills, except she's been drinking heavily since she got here. So,
There is so much booze here.
Oh yeah.
and it's so good, quality stuff.
The wall, the inner wall, in the large dining hall that's quite open.
Yes, I'm familiar with the walls of Albion.
Yes, yes, and the doorway to the drawing room.
You're doing great, buddy. Keep going.
Thank you. Wait, no, don't open it yet.
All
Okay,
right.
no, Dame Laudine, I have known you all of my life. That is 400, a couple of centuries and all. And you are the bravest person I know. And when I was much younger, well, no one would take me as a squire because they said I was so bad at it. And I didn't. There was that one fellow, Sir. I don't even want to think about it now, but he wasn't very nice, and I was squiring with him briefly, and then, well, he let me go, and it was all very embarrassing. And I thought that I didn't know what would happen to me, and then you picked me up, and you said that I could be your squire, and ever since that moment, you've always looked out for me, and well, you've done such good things. At home and across all of the worlds, and I am just very proud to know you. And for here, it opens the door, just not be able to finish the thought because it was just getting a bit too much. We
Atropo's
all
just
did it
behind,
together.
holding up cue cards, just like
Yes.
Yes. And well, as a token of appreciation, because at this point everyone we know is dead, so. From home, and you're my only family left, really. And you've always been like a big sister to me, and so I just thought you could. We got you a present.
Ladine's just.
Unfurl!
Oh, unfurl! I'm so sorry. And he rushes in, and he's old, but he's still got that youthful energy, because again, Warden of the Stair, and he runs it, and he starts unfurling this tapestry, which is up against the wall, right?
There's some other folks there to help.
Yeah, because it's huge, and he can't do it by himself always. And it is massive. It is like, I don't know, 20 feet long. It's like one of these, like, it is huge. It is
it's
a
like
woven tap.
It's like
proper
Bayou
medieval.
Tapestry. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you just see Ladine's jaw drop when she sees this. Like, it just. You made this, all of you, just
Everybody
now.
helped. Well, it took some time, the time dilation and all that.
She's- And she just like stares at it for a moment. It's very much one of those like close your mouth, the bugs will get in moments. And she's just
All the fibers gave their permission and everything. It's all natural fibers, and they all gave their permission. They all said they wanted to be part of the tapestry. So,
I told them to use polyester, but no one listened to me.
We haven't really got polyester here as such. It's
I
I know.
linen and wool. Linen and wool. There is not enough cotton in medieval England for them to be using a lot of cotton. So linen and wool.
Atropo will like pipe in very quietly. It seems like she's nursing a drink as well, and will say, I included some threads of memory, so if you're nearby, it should give a sense of relief.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's the best thing. Ladine's gonna stare at this for a moment, and then she is, if you will allow it, she is going to hug Merdine, like just the biggest hug, and just like, oh.
And I imagine she's much bigger than Merdine, right? Like, she's much taller. And it's like, he just like gets tears up a little bit. He goes, everybody helped.
All right, group hug, and she will hug whomever wishes to be hugged, and just thank you.
I'll even put down my drink.
Oh.
Dorian just sort of casually starts lowering the his cocktail glass that goes to a tray that mysteriously appears because Wilkins is carrying it. Suddenly, he's just suddenly there, basically. We'll come in.
And Dorian had it smell like home. And Scythe, everyone added something to it.
I added the wings and the ice breath.
That is the most ferocious monster I've ever seen.
Really?
Good. I
That's
didn't
what they
make
look
that
like,
noise.
yes?
And Ladino like puts it together, and she goes, "For the story that will be told about them, yes, that is exactly what they look like." Yes. And like Lottie knows that this is the myth that Merdine has been constructing in his brain, but at this point she's like, "You guys put in so much time and effort. I love this." Like it's entirely fictional, but it's like, oh,
There's like 5% truth in there.
yes.
Thank you, all of you, actually. I don't know what's going to happen with whatever's going on. But there are people out there who are destroying worlds like all the worlds we came from, and they clearly don't care about life or people or something like that. And I just don't know anybody else I'd rather be in a castle with, trying to stop something dastardly. Each and every one of you, I trust 100%, and I admire you all, and each one of you brings something beautiful to life, and so I know that together we can fight whatever it is they're doing over there in Tamsin. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
Oh, a drink. Oh, yes. Cheers.
And he's got like a glass, probably of like mead, something like that, but like a really weak mead, like a very weak one. Yeah.
Plant-based.
Yeah. Yes, it's like a little plant-based, very weak, but warm.
Aww.
Ooh, what are the rest of you all drinking? I'm curious now.
Oh yeah, good question.
See, Jim's got
Very
something
weak
tasty.
mead. Very watered down. It's that kind of medieval thing where like you just can't drink water. You got to have some kind of a alcohol
Yeah.
process to make sure it's healthy.
Yes.
So that the bacteria don't kill you.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
Right.
Yeah, but he's clearly not a drinker, right? Like,
Right.
So it's the you know, in certain places, like my friends in Germany, who would be like, "I'm not drinking heavily today. I'll just have a liter of beer," and you're like, "Okay, Germans." So it's like,
That's that right there, yes.
Although there's beer and there's beer, so yeah, you can like if it's a particularly low percentage, yeah,
it's like that.
Sidecar.
there you go.
Ah. Well, in reality, I'm drinking water from a
Same.
Yeti cup through a straw like a weirdo. And but Scythe, however, is drinking something extremely strong, and being her friends, you would notice that anytime someone mentions family, or especially when Merdine said the word sister, older sister, she just kind of like cringed, and she is slamming back something extremely high proof and hard, but it's also nice because it's from Dorian's cellar.
Yeah.
What did you
Yeah,
got?
it's going to be high
probably
quality.
a single malt of some kind that she's wasting by like getting drunk on it.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. What kind what did you say?
Oh, like a
Very
single
expensive?
malt, like a single malt Scotch
Scotch. Oh,
type
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
Something peaty.
Yeah.
You're drinking an Islay. It's just like
Yeah.
fancy and tastes like peat bog.
Yes, peat bog.
What is Atropos drinking?
So it is very rare for Atropos to drink. There's usually two occasions, either when it's like a celebration or when she's very stressed about something. And currently she has the drink where she's very stressed about something.
Okay.
Which is
Oh.
basically the equivalent of a Long Island iced tea.
Nice.
Every
Okay.
alcohol put together
Right.
to get
Bad
the job
decision
done.
in a glass.
Yep. So that is exactly what Wilkins had ready for you when you arrived.
Yeah. He knows everybody's dietary requirements.
Yeah.
Almost psychically. It's very strange. But no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like that you listed drink as dietary requirements.
Yes.
Yep. Well, of
Preferences.
course. Who do you think you're talking to?
So what's Noctua drinking?
Oh,
I mean, sorry, what is Dame
so-
Ladine drinking? Because Noctua's coffee mug is like giving me life, so that's why I said your
Yeah.
name.
Ah, yes. Noctua is drinking tea, decaf, because I am that boring of a person. But Dame Laudine is drinking the same kind of mead that Merdine is drinking, just like at strength, not
Yeah.
the watered down version. But yeah, she's drinking mead.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to point out that because you are at Dorian's place and he has invited his Magical
Cult?
Society friends to visit, um, each of you has someone to talk to that is very interested in some of the same things you're interested in.
Oh.
Because first off, some of them are actual like wardens of the stairs, so some of them know their way around, and even the ones that don't are well versed in magical and metaphysical things. So if you should wish to end up in a conversation with someone, there are people here that you can like definitely kill some time with. But also the manor house is big enough that if you just want to be by yourself for a while, plenty of space for that. So,
Okay. Laudine is going to ask the cultists about the sword.
oh, interesting. Um, Specifically about her sword.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Very much a, have you ever seen this kind of metal before? Or
Ah,
do you know which world this comes from?
you get a yes to the first question, and no one has any idea where it came from on the second. Um, but you do get a couple of leads on the unusual metal for sure. Um, One of them says that they saw something similar for sale in the Agora, and then a second one mentions, and I'll have to come up with a name for it later. But another one mentions actually, they mention a weapon that they saw wielded on more than one world. But they're certain it was the same weapon, but it's one of those things that had multiple owners.
Oh, and this is like at multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And in fact, a third one would actually be able to produce some books that are that detail not your weapon, but the other one that the people were talking about that is quite similar, actually.
Hmm.
And given what you know about your weapon, you suspect that some of the stories about other weapons might be this too. Uh, Most of the people that are researching it assume that it's only got one shape.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, okay. Laudine is going to skim as much of the book as she can in that
Okay,
moment and then like put it away for like, okay, when I have an evening, I'm gonna read this
sure.
thoroughly.
Okay,
Yeah. Uh, and yeah, she now has information that she didn't have before.
that's true. And let's see what we are closing in on needing to wrap up, aren't we? So, what do people want to do before we end the session?
Well, before the night is over, I think Sai is going to drop into the conversation that one of those worlds looked familiar to me, and I think I need to investigate some shady dealings that involve certain people that maybe happen to be related to me.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Helpful. Yeah, so like my family.
Oh, how lovely. we get to meet your family? Are you going to introduce us to them? That seems
Merdine,
nice.
Merdine,
No?
not quite so much.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know how I can find out just about anything and get just about anything. Anyway, I kind of come from a background where this, might have been taught to me, instilled in me at an early age. Okay, my family, they're a bunch of crooks. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. And they tend to deal in places that are sort of adjacent to the Grand Stair, you know? Not necessarily on it. I thought I shut down part of their organization a while back, but it looks like one of their worlds is in play. By which I mean one of the ones that the Tamsonites were trading with to establish their network before they started attacking the Stair worlds. So clearly I need to look into that.
Ooh.
And it might suck.
Well, that might mean that the Tamsonites might be trying to destroy your home, and I will certainly stand by you to help you save your home if I can help in any way.
Oh, I guess I won't say that they're welcome to it, but I will say that I appreciate that. I mean it. Thank you. You guys are like the family I never had and always wanted.
Ooh.
But there may be a relative that I have to rescue out of this. I'm just going to check. I
don't think you should go by yourself.
Yes, as we were going to need to start investigating these, we have got these 8 worlds, right? That we need to take a look at, and we can always just start with that one.
Going
Now, actually.
We're going there anyway.
Yes.
Aside, you're incredibly talented at stealing. It can't be that hard for you to steal a person. Especially if they're willing to go with you.
It is.
Quietly
You know,
sipping
that
your
is-
drink. I think we call it kidnapping.
Oh.
I did
Oh, I
say
suppose
if
it's-
they were willing.
Everyone is making incredibly good
So-
points here, and that's not just the cognac talking.
It's unfortunate to label things.
If
Yeah,
they are
if we could-
unwilling, that's different.
Yes. Then if we can get the dagger off of your homeworld, then that might save your homeworld then. Because then we could at least then they couldn't do anything perhaps, or sever the connection. Because I'm sure if we can save your homeworld, then whatever happened with your family could be mended.
Or I could at least see how deep their involvement goes.
Yeah. And also, if we get second dagger, at the very least, I suppose we'll be able to compare with first, and it'll give us a better idea of how much time we have, among other things.
Yes.
We can rather see how the things connect, how the things work, how many of them we need to pluck up. Perhaps I don't know if that'll give us the center, but it might get us a lot closer to it, yeah?
Triangulate at least.
Yes, and help us figure out where the Devil Tamsin is.
Yes, and even if I suspect it might have been that 8th planet, or that might be the way to get there, the world, but I don't know if we want to go to Tamsin while they still have 6 daggers running about. It might be some sort of amplifier of some sort of thing. So if we could just cut those things away from them, that might make it easier for us when we get there. And also,
Right.
anyway,
Or find out how to de-attune them to the world somehow.
yes.
Without
Multi-dagger
setting off
heist.
the Without setting
Oh.
off the booby trap, remember that.
Right. Without
right.
setting off the booby trap.
Oh, I forgot to
Without.
tell Lucy that there was a booby trap. Oh, I just forgot to tell him so many
But
things.
won't it be more fun for him to find out himself?
Oh, indeed.
It will be more fun for him to find out for itself. Yes.
Are you all right, Scythe?
I'm fine.
Sorry,
Oh.
I think this is all out of character laughter.
I am perfectly all right. And
Oh, good. More
the
cognac.
morn- Yes, please. I need to be less all right.
Wilkins?
It appears in your hand immediately.
Oh,
Wilkins
love
happened to
coming
be
here.
at the other end of it.
Scythe, in all honesty,
Mhm.
if you determine that you never want to see your family again and you would rather not deal with it, let us know and we can handle it. If you're ready to face this and you want the backup, we are happy to be there for you. And if you would prefer to do this by yourself, well, we might still be lurking in the background. I don't know if I could prevent that. But we will try to keep our noses out of it if that is what you prefer.
I will come up with the most brilliant plan. It's going to be brilliant. And then you, lady, will tell me, actually, you two tell me
I believe
everything
it's that one. If you'll allow it, he will help guide your hand in the right direction.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, there we are. It's the one in the middle,
that
yes?
One. Yep.
Yes.
Will tell me what's wrong with the brilliant plan, so that I can fix it. And you guys, I think maybe we can do this.
Definitely.
And that's probably the cognac talking.
Sorry, it was going to come out of my mouth. You can certainly try. Like, nope, that.
Atropos, are you all right? I'm just asking because they're dealing with people who try to destroy worlds, and I don't know if that's all right. I mean, I know it's not all right. I just don't know if, and you have a sort of a connection. I don't know if I don't know if you get like pains in your elbows or something when this happens, or if, if it. I just hope you're all right.
Worlds shouldn't go before their time. And so I don't know. I am fine at the moment. I don't feel like anything is on the precipice, which is good. And at the moment, I'm not being drugged to some end disaster, so.
Yeah.
They did try to capture you with a collar. Could you imagine being trapped against your will for some huge length of time? That would be terrible. I couldn't
It
even
is.
imagine.
That will not happen to you.
She's just
No.
gonna take a drink out
For
of
a
her drink.
split second, strangely, Dorian seems serious before he recovers and returns to his normal mien. His normal
I think
attitude.
Dorian would be able to pick up that there's things she's not saying.
Oh no.
That something is already happening, but she doesn't say it.
He'll actually, if you'll permit it, he'll kind of like reach over and just sort of pat you, sort of touch your arm and feel like, of course, if at any point you feel like sort of, hey, yeah, you've still got a place, your place upstairs. Should you need it, if you need to hang about for a bit, if you need to, yeah, if you feel like chatting about anything at any point, of course, I shall always happy to bend an ear.
I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I do have to go. Someone that I work with is inquiring about things. So
Work. I do not envy you that. Yeah.
Need help.
Perhaps we'll chat later.
it's one I have to I don't think that they would be too pleased if I brought anyone else.
All right.
That kind
Ah.
of work.
Yeah. You need to. You can always bring Wilkins. He's practically invisible.
Ooh, Wilkins,
Sort of gestures toward.
you just snuck up. Ooh, I didn't notice you there.
Well, Atropos, we shall all be eagerly awaiting your return.
You know we miss you when you're not here.
And you're just on the other end of the icon. If you need any help, you just call us, and we'll make a door wherever you are. Find just some door and we'll come to you immediately.
I don't think it will come to that, but I appreciate it all the same. I've known them for a very long time, and they need me just as much as I, unfortunately, need them. So.
This does
and
not. S- Oh,
oh no, go for it. Go for it.
okay. Ladine is thinking, and you can see it on her face, but she doesn't quite say it. It's like, this does not sound like a problem that could be solved by punching it, but I still want to punch it. And like, there's this look in her eye, like,
I do too.
Oh, I could punch something. And like he puts up his fist, and the fists are all wrong. He doesn't make the fist right, and it
Does
just,
he
it's
tuck
very
his
embarrassing.
thumb? Oh.
Oh, no.
No, don't punch anything. No.
and Ladine looks over, it's like, no, you got to put your thumb on the outside, otherwise you can break it.
And almost like as they're distracted with Merdine, that's when she just kind of blips away.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. And do we want to do the meeting before we wrap up, or do we want to save that for next time?
We can do it next time. That's fine by me.
Everyone,
I know
your
it's
call.
getting later, so
Whatever
Yeah,
you
just-
want to do, yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
fine either
Humans
way.
need sleep.
Yeah.
Forget.
Yeah, I'm fine either way, but I understand. Also, people are in different time zones, so so that's fine too. So in that case, this might be a good time to wrap up, and then we'll probably start with you and your meeting, Atropos, and then whatever adventures Scythe has with her family. And I feel like it sounds like everyone's going to that. So that
Fine
might
with
be
that.
yeah,
Yes.
that might be perfect.
Meet my awful family.
I love the idea of you showing up not by yourself, but with like your 4 badass friends. So that's going to be kind of amazing.
I am sneaking around.
Okay. So in that case, also, it sounds like what I need to do is come up with names for those other 7 worlds. So I'll do that for you. And that might be it. So just to make sure I understand this, though, we know what Atropos is doing. Well, like I said, I think that'll be our first scene. And then probably, unless anyone has anything to do beforehand, we'll do Scythe returning to or actually Scythe, are you planning to go are you starting with that trade world?
Yeah. The one that my family is connected with.
That's what I thought. So the one that's on the list, the
Yes.
Ingeru. Okay.
Yeah, the one that was on Lucian's list.
Yeah, exactly. Not a problem. So you're going there. So I need to make sure I've got you ready for that.
Yeah.
And then anything else anyone would is planning for next session. And again, we could talk about it. We got a week. We'll talk about it on a Discord. But if you want to shout anything out, feel free. And otherwise, we will wrap up.
I think that after it goes, I think the one last thing, it's a little moment where Merdine sort of pulls out. He actually just sort of he just pulls it out of his pocket. It probably was sort of apparated, right? But he pulls out this small flower that's dead, and it's a flower that's from Atropos' home. That he got it, but it was too late for it. But he just holds it, and he kind of looks to where she's gone, right? Like that space where she blipped out of.
Yeah.
Just with a little bit of worry, because he doesn't. She says everything's okay, but he just worries a little bit, right? And as he has this little flower, and he puts it back in his cloak.
That is really sweet.
I like that.
I had one closing comment as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is after Atropos departs. Ladine is going to look to Dorian and just say, You did well today.
Well, I barely did anything.
And that is why you did well.
Can I
That's
get a
it. Just
scythe one?
Yeah.
I just want a scythe outro too. I want my scythe too.
Oh. Right. Looks deep into the depths of her bottle and says, "My dad is such a dick." How about a Merdine outro?
I had mine with the little
Yeah.
flower.
Oh yeah.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
does
I've been
Dorian want to
drinking
do
water,
anything?
I swear.
I've had so much time with just all my stuff here, so I don't really need much. Just basically, I think that it's one of those things where it's once some of the partiers have probably gotten to the point they've collapsed on couches and things of that nature. At this point, he's sort of making his way through, and he's also just basically doing finally sort of niceties with folks and anyone to find out who's staying over, that kind of thing. He will tell sort of be very thankful toward Maya, and he understands that he's going to need to probably do some stuff to help out the Horizon folk in order to kind of sort of recompense them for all that they've been doing for him lately, looking things up. But it'll just be one of those things where he'll quietly once things are sort of getting quiet. You know, folks are welcome to stay the night if they want to. There are plenty of rooms, but he will sort of slip into his spell chamber and just basically just sort of say over his shoulder, there's only one other person who has access to this spell chamber currently, and he will turn over his shoulder and say, "Right, Wilkins, I'm afraid I think it's going to be a late night." And he
Yes.
Nice.
takes off his coat and he begins basically prepping his spells.
He says, "The usual equipment has been laid out, sir."
Excellent. Ah, you're a wonder, my dear fellow. Pure wonder. I'm afraid we're going to have to. I think that's it. Mostly, he just basically starts getting down to strangely serious work.
Yeah. Right.
Can we get an atropos or like a little outro on atropos?
Oh, okay, this could be fun. So I think
Mhm.
I gotta remember where this. I feel like we see her standing before a really grand castle. If it's
Hmm.
but everything we've seen of Atropos, that glowing confidence, that very bright, I have control of the room, gone. It is she is so much smaller. She even looks different. She is wearing even different clothing, one that appears to be more of like a maiden would wear.
Hmm.
Hair kind of pulled back into a right style. And on the cloak is a symbol of or I guess heraldry of one of the Gossamer lords as she kind of goes
Oh.
into the banquet hall.
Oh.
And one of the servants says, "The Emperor will see you now."
Oh.
And she just like very quietly and withdrawn will walk through the doors and they just shut behind her.
Nice.
One.
And
Thank you for
I'm-
indulging me.
yeah, I think that's great. So, thanks everybody.
Yay.
Yay! Ah, that's so awesome. I love this game so much.
Same here.
I wish we had this for infinity, but alas, that's quite a ways.
Yeah.
We shall. We have a lot to think about. We're going to go around and do our outros. Once again, folks can feel free to tell us where they can find you, and plug anything you like, and give any final thoughts you had about this session, favorite bits or shout outs or what have you. And as is tradition, we go backwards, so we start with our GM, Brian.
Yeah, thanks again. As has already been stated, I'm loving this game. This has been great. I loved Drunk Scythe so much. And also, I really liked everyone's interactions with each other, and now we're starting to get NPCs in, so we're starting to get the world broadened. And also, I love the image of Atropos with the cue cards. That was merely two of the things that just thrilled me so much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I got some work to do, so I'll get back to you on all that. And thanks again, everybody. If you're trying to find me, I'm Vaclam on the things, and that is it for me. See you in a week.
Yay! And now we will head over to Trooper.
Hello, I am TrooperSJP, and I've been playing Merthine Wicht, your mysterious botanist. And what a lovely game. I'll give my love first. I just want to say I love how everybody added something to everything. Just like the ways in which everybody added a little bit of something that was always so, everybody's yes-anding, everybody's so creative, and everybody adds something really special each time, and it's just, I suppose, how everybody described their drinks, what they had, and how much what it said about them, and how everybody gives us little bits of other sides of their character, right? And often little peaks, but peaks that are so loud, right? Even in their smallness. And it was so beautiful. I just wanted to give everybody that love, right? From the smaller Atropos to Laudine saying, you know what? You did a good job, Dorian. And to that one moment, Dorian is like, you will not be bound and chained, like, for a long time. That will not happen. And just like that moment where our happy and always in control and always with it Scythe is getting drunk with it says actually things are not okay, right? Just like all those little moments, just really beautiful. And you can find me, my next RPG will be on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel, which will be the first part of Seasons of Death Winter, which is Night's Black Agent solo, one GM, one player with werewolf feels, and it's like Jason Bourne meets Dracula, and that's that. And then you can find me on Sunday at 8 p.m. over at Praxagor, this Mephorea's channel, for more Truly Madly Falkenstein, where I am the action alchemist. Yes, and German, very German. That was me. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. And I just want to say those one-on-ones, I've seen some of them before, and they are really good, folks. Please go check those out. Yes, excellent. And now we will head over to Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gay, and I have been playing Scythe tonight, the rogue with a heart of gold and a terrible family, as we now find out. I want to give such a huge shout out to all of my fellow players tonight, because you all are such a joy to play with and to play off of, and to riff off of. And Trooper mentioned all the yes ending that was going on, and it's true. It's just been such a joy to develop these Gossamer worlds with you guys and these characters as well. So my socials are melissagay.com. I'm at Melissa Gay Art on Instagram, which I never check. You can find me at Melissa Gay with 3 Ys on Blue Sky. And you can find me on Patreon as just Melissa Gay. And I will be at DragonCon in about 2 weeks' time. Crazy. Yeah. Come find me, see how much art I have or haven't done. Woo!
Excellent, excellent. It's awesome art, folks. By the way, please check that out because it's really cool. It's really cool. And now we're going to head over to Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. I've been playing Atchpo this evening. You can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels everywhere on social media. And my favorite from today, I just love playing with y'all. You guys are great. It is very much reinvigorated my love of gaming, and to be able to like, I love world building. It's my favorite part, and I feel like every session there's just such amazing creations that everyone has taken part in, and I just love just being in it for that amount of time. It's so joyful. But we gotta love Drunk Scythe. We gotta love Drunk Scythe. It was great. It was just seeing how I really like the calm moments where like just coming up with the gift for Dame Laudine and everyone working together. It's just so nice getting to see those cozy moments because they're just not often seen in TTRPG actual plays, and it's really nice to be able to do that. But my next show, you can find me tomorrow over on Enchanting Sorcery Productions for Fandelver and Below Halia's Harriers. We are quickly approaching this big battle. We are down to the final hours before, so we are getting back to town and making preparations tomorrow night. So if you want to see the before the Saving Private Ryan battle, come and check that out.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Excellent, folks. Do check that out. So good. All right. And finally over to Noctua.
Hello, all. I'm Noctua. This evening I have been Dame Laudine, our knight in shining armor. So favorite moments? Okay, couple. First, the tapestry. Oh my God. That was so sweet, y'all. I love that so much. And again, it speaks to the character choices and the quality of the players that when you have like essentially all the time that you need and magic at your disposal, you choose to make a very poignant gift for a friend. It's like you could have done something completely different, and yet this is what you chose. And that says so much about the players. And like Dorian even brought all his cultists to help. It's like, oh, that's so good. Yeah. So I loved that. I actually really appreciated during the conversation with Lucian how like Atropos is like I'm in front of Dorian, like a little bit of the mom arm going on. And Laudine is very similar to for Merdine. It's just like I'm gonna put a hand on your shoulder just in case. Like and for all the protectiveness that we had discussed last session, like this is how it showed up. It's like Lucian's powerful, but I'm not letting you get to the people I care about. So I loved that. All right. I am not doing any other streaming, but you can find me on Blue Sky at Noctua Magda. So come say hi.
Hey. Awesome. Yes. Excellent. Please do. Folks, this was so good. This was too good. This is illegally good. I've enjoyed everything about this, including just folks being and I know we keep saying this, everyone approaching things from their own perspective, and it all somehow comes together and it works. It's so beautiful, and especially just the whole conversation with Lucian, how we were each able to approach things, and then the afterwards, how we were each able to, have our own little things going on, even just at Dorian's place. So good, folks, so good. As for me, well, at the moment, sadly, in a few moments, I have to go back to being Jim Ryan. But you can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, YouTube, and most social media platforms. Wherever I'm not OtherDoc, I'm Jim, yes, that Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio drama, writings, and such. Right down below, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can access my website, social media links, YouTube channel, and various other things. Let's see. At the moment, we will not have Lucci available this week, so it'll be a couple of weeks before we can do more text adventure games. but hopefully in a couple of weeks, Thursday. Otherwise, I'm just sort of playing video games here for a little bit, off and on. And that's all I've got going on currently. Maybe more stuff in the future. We shall see. Sort of slowing things down a little bit again. We'll see how things go, just in general. But that's it. That's it for me currently. And when we hit the end card, we're going to go and send a raid over to somebody. There are a number of people streaming right now, and so we're going to go and say hi to one of them. Feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. That again will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you next time. Farewell.